Alright, let's do our best, Peachan.
Let's do our best.
Yep. Good luck, Peachan.
Alright, so welcome to the Dirty Casual Corner, episode 14. You know, this time we didn't mess up. The date is May 19th of 2018. And, well, guys, how are y'all feeling?
Not too bad.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, and so, who wants to start off the watching segment?
So, well, actually, Edwin, you're forgetting the most important thing.
Oh,
what are we drinking?
You see, that's kind of a mixed thing for you, but I'm drinking
That's true.
the M Special Sábado Tarde Tangerine Ale.
So, in special again, the brewery here locally in California.
Yeah, which I'm in love with, despite how much they're charging me for each bottle. But whatever, I love it.
So, yeah, we have the Sábado Tarde Special, and then the Good Beer Pablo Special.
By the same company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyways, so we'll get into...
And David, what about you?
Oh, good old Pepsi for me. I gotta be the one that's sober in this group.
It's okay. We lose all inhibition, so we can just tell the truth.
Yeah, well, I gotta be the sober one, just in case.
Alright, so watching. So, let's get into anime here, so...
Well, who's gonna start this one off?
Sean, how about you start off for a
Alright,
change?
I don't have too much here, it's pretty simple. So I'll start with Persona 5 and continuing the anime.
Oh, yes.
I feel like the budget has been slowly whittling, it feels like. Like they're just cutting more and more, cutting more corners, the animation isn't as good, but I'm just still enjoying it just for the fact that I like the story and everything, which is enjoyable, but quality-wise it's pretty subpar, I would say, especially if you're comparing it to the game and all the quality in that.
We discussed this before, but
yeah.
it's like, frankly, when it comes to the anime and all that, they really have to cram so much in on under so little time that, you know, not much could be really done when the game is like there is so much that you have to do throughout the entire year. And, well, like you said, the quality is kind of getting subpar from how it was seen from the first few episodes where it seemed really big, bright, and flashy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like the awakening and for what's his name? I gotta put the volume down on this.
Akira?
very,
Yeah.
well, Ren, I guess,
Ren.
in the anime as they call him, Ren Amamiya. But yeah, it was really good at first, but then it's still enjoyable if you've seen or played the game. But regardless, next year I've got Steins Gate Zero,
Which I haven't been watching yet.
so that's been really enjoyable. Definitely one of my favorites this season.
Alright, quick question. How many head scratchers are there? Or parts where it make no sense until later on when they finally explain it?
Nothing really yet. It's been it's been pretty slow. There hasn't been a lot of jumping around or anything like that.
Character
Anything
development stuff?
It's been, like introducing new characters, like kind of setting up the plot of what the big deal is going to be, which they actually left at episode 6, a huge cliffhanger where watch. If you've seen the original Steins Gate, you know Mayuri, whenever she would say, "That's weird, my watch stopped working," that's when she was about to die every single time. And then she just said that. Some dudes bust into the lab with guns. And this time around, Rintaro doesn't have the ability to go back in time like he used to. So there's a lot more on the line.
Oh, so is this one of those like canon timelines before he found a way to go back?
So yeah, this is basically if he was still in the beta timeline and he wasn't able to get out.
You mean the alpha timeline?
Or yeah, the alpha where Karisu dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original canon verse, whatever you want to call it.
Right, and then so he's in that timeline. He doesn't have the ability to go back in time now, and he's kind of continuing with this in this way.
I think like, how do I say it? For a show like Steins Gate, I don't think canon would be fitting of the show though. In general.
Well, when it comes to time travel and everything, it
Yeah.
gets really complicated because all of a sudden you got butterfly effects, you got paradoxes, you got alternate realities, and then they're like, but at the same time, you got to realize that there's this timeline where things happen in a certain way because there was no time traveling ability, that existed. Therefore, that timeline, in a sense, is a bit more or less canon, or like original.
All right.
And then there's all these other multiverses theories of like, what if this happened and that happened, and then that's
But yeah, they left us on a huge cliffhanger where fucking Rintaro had PTSD from back when Mayuri had said that he had seen her die countless times. My watches stop working, and then she fucking dies every time.
Yeah.
You hear that, and then the episode basically ends. And you're like, shit.
Okay.
All right.
How much you want to bet she's okay, and it's just his watch that stopped working?
0. I'm not going to take this sucker's bet. When given the track record of everything that every time it happened, she did die. Crossing our fingers and hoping that this time it's just a bad joke or just is kind of being an idiot.
Well, then I feel like it'd be too obvious for the first how many episodes?
First 6 episodes.
We're 6 episodes, but they just basically started showing the villains, because in the first 5 episodes they've just been developing,
the
characters and all the new stuff that's going on, and now they have sort of like who the villains are and what's going on with that and what they're looking for.
Let me cut in. It's like, how many new characters are there?
So, as far as like main characters, 4, I would say 4 or 5.
New ones?
Like that. Yeah. Completely new. Never seen before.
Okay, and how many side characters?
Probably about the same. 4
That's
to 5.
Okay.
So, like, the 4 to 5 main ones you see every single episode, and then the other ones you've seen them like once or twice.
Okay.
So.
Any other shows?
So yeah, Food Wars.
Oh, yes.
Still watching that just because it's my guilty pleasure. I enjoy watching it, even though it's like, it's actually, they've been doing a good job keeping it fresh and keeping the stakes really high, even though, it always feels like there's nothing else they could do. They do keep it pretty fresh and interesting to watch, which is good.
Oh yes, you will like what's coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
I'm technically technically this season's season 3 part 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm technically a season behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just stopped at 2nd, and then I totally forgot about it, and then I just didn't get around to it.
This is one of the shows that I would never binge watch, but it's fine for me to watch weekly.
Boy, yeah.
Because
how ridiculous or over the top it is that these guys are just cooking food that whoever eats it has might as well have like a food orgasm, and then it just it's like it's kind of like in some parts it feels like it's getting close to being a hentai.
Pretty much.
That's what sells the manga.
That is what sells it. They've got the good art.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to show it.
Yeah, if they didn't have that, it probably wouldn't sell as good.
On that note, did that artist have any doujin work?
I believe it is a hentai artist, if I do recall. I don't know the name, but I'm like 90% sure that it is a hentai artist. So
it would explain a lot.
Mm-hmm. So next, Edwin, we gotta talk about this one, Hinamatsuri.
Am I allowed to interject? David, have you seen Hinamatsuri?
Which one is that? There's too many of them that kind of sound the same.
I believe you did, or at least read the manga from the girl from the future, who comes and lives with the Yakuza. And he takes care of her.
Oh, yes.
Right, yeah, and then...
Yes, now I know who you're talking about. Yes.
You're watching it?
No, I read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fully, up to date, and it's just... It's so amazing how a girl who has so much power is just... I don't know what the right word to describe her. Lazy? And just
useless?
Yeah.
She's so powerful, but she's so useless.
It's kind of like Saitama from One Punch Man in a sense, with how she is in some things.
I feel like it's because she just uses psychic powers, and now that she kind of is, more or less told not to use them unless she really has a way to vent out her freaking psychic power.
Yeah, it's not like
overcharge thing. Yeah.
She has to release it periodically, otherwise it builds up too much.
Yeah, and then the explosion isn't big enough, and she has to do another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing is that since she's no longer under control from the original organization that she was in,
she doesn't know what to do. She's
more or less living a normal life, and because of that, it's kind of makes her act very strange and odd to her other peers. But at the same time, she kind of uses her own powers and abuses it. Like sometimes like forces it on her caretaker to make him concede and allow her to play video games.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. I mean, the show's really great, but I've been watching the anime. I haven't read the manga yet, so...
So yeah, that's really good. And
you wanted to fight me on something?
No, I said we just gotta discuss it. We gotta talk about it.
Wait, so how far are you in?
We're like episode 6, I believe?
7 now.
7, yeah.
Alright, who's came in? Any what has happened?
No new characters in the last few episodes, but Anzu, the blonde homeless girl.
She just other moved, psychic.
Yeah, she just
melted our hearts.
Moved in with the restaurant owner couple.
Yeah, that's kind of something that happened with a span of, I don't know, probably 10 to 20 chapters now. It crammed into a few episodes. How she went from being a psychic person trying to take back Hina, which she failed, to eventually becoming a homeless person, living with the homeless, until all of a sudden the homeless were kicked out of the park, and she was end up being adopted by a couple from a restaurant.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, she's a very nice person.
She's very nice. And she's very pure.
And it's like if she was the girl that ended up living with Nita instead of Hina, it's like Nita would probably be a very happy man.
He'd be a proud father.
Yes.
I mean, instead of having it thrusted on him where you have to take the role of a dad for appearance sake, he'd fucking, without a doubt,
he'd swap him.
He'd fucking swap him if he could.
Yes, he would be that proud father, that doting father, and he would be more than happy to spoil her because she was sweet, nice, but at the same time
she was humble.
Yeah, she's humble. She works hard,
and she she also keeps herself from getting spoiled. In fact, there comes a part when Hina starts having nightmares that he had like a shit that she ends up becoming like the homeless person, and Anzu is the one who was adopted by Anita, and then it's like
that's a nightmare.
Yes, because like she's the one who's living at the home in the streets, no longer eating all the good food and whatnot, and like she sees her like living with him, saying, "Oh, can we get some sweets?" Of course, darling. Like anything for you. It's like no, please come back. I'll be good. I promise.
Are we talking about Hina?
Yes, Hina.
Okay, I remember that because I thought later on Anzu was having dreams with
No.
Okay. No, yeah, seriously though. Yeah, Hina's a fucking scumbag girl.
You think that she's a scumbag? You have yet to see some other people that will show up eventually.
I mean, okay, like, as a fucking, she's just a fucking girl who, like, just contributes absolutely nothing. And when she does try to contribute, she just makes things absolutely worse.
Makes them worse, yeah.
Well, not exactly. I mean, there was a time where she took out the Yakuza for Nita.
That was it.
And then the trees.
The trees and the Yakuza, but then besides that, like,
I
guess she helped out the band. Yeah,
the gang, the band. There comes another time where she ends up helping the guys with some group that's trying to scam them from paying off their debt.
I think I see a pattern here. Anytime she uses the powers, she betters people.
Pretty much.
When she doesn't,
it's usually using her destructive powers in some way that she can contribute and help out, or she does it unawarely because of how ridiculous she acts.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta protect Anzu.
But yeah, that show has been great.
Question: have you seen that other girl with a pretty pink bow on her head?
Hitomi?
Yes.
Bartender daughter?
Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of funny how a normal elementary kid ended up
middle school.
Elementary, middle school.
No, middle school.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Middle school kid. And is now working as a bartender for a high-class restaurant.
Poor girl, man. She gets in the most fucked up situations.
But she got a job.
But she makes it work.
Yeah, she has a job.
Not only that, she gets paid better than most.
That's true.
Yeah.
Than most people do that make that.
Because she probably makes it in tips. Plus, like, she's the greatest bartender I've ever met. Okay, hypothetically, though, if I had a daughter, I'd teach her to make a really good cocktail.
No, that's if you found out that she was working in a bar, then you would teach her.
Even then, I'd teach her.
Yeah, so she can drink.
As I can. No, so that she can learn the skills to have a great and happy, prosperous future.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can go wrong about that idea. It's like teaching a kid how to make drinks, but not allowing them to drink them.
Doesn't mean I won't be responsible and tell her straight up, you're not allowed to drink, but I'm going to teach you the skills that'll make your husband love you.
There are so many things wrong about that sentence. I don't know where to begin. Also,
your mother-in-law.
I'm also pretty sure that your wife will kick your ass when she finds out.
That's why you have to talk about it beforehand. You know? Yeah. Get that ready. She might say no, but maybe she'll warm up to it after she's had the greatest drink ever. Okay, now you're sounding like all those parents that envision their kids to become a professional basketball or baseball player. Why not have them be a professional bartender?
Okay, moving on. Since this is
moving on, yeah. The last one here, Franks. Do you need a hug, Edwin? Feeling okay?
I'll talk about it on my...
Alright, I'll just give my thoughts, so, in the past 2 episodes. It's been slow, but I've mostly enjoyed it. It's been decent, but I feel like it's just been too slow. It's been hard to keep my attention on the last few episodes. But, they're developing more of the backstory, like what's going on in the underground with people losing their emotions and being, reconditioned, and how Papa's using... Papa and Dr. Franks are using them for weird experiments in different ways and all this stuff. So there's some story substance there, but it's also just so slow right now.
I'm just mad.
And then, I'll let you go on your rant once you get to yours. So that's all I've been watching. So, David, you want to take over?
I was going to let Edwin take over.
Buddy. No, you take over. I don't mind. I need to simmer a little bit down before I can go off on Franks.
Fine. One of the shows I've been seeing is the new season of Red vs. Blue, which you can only see on Rooster Teeth from now on. Kind of a shame.
What happened to the YouTube deal?
I don't know. There's a video about it with Sarge explaining that you can only see it in Rooster Teeth. It's not because they're banned or anything, it's just that they were showing the new season on Rooster Teeth.
So like an exclusive thing.
Something like that.
Alright, yeah, that's fine.
He was like, so I won't spoil much, but I will say, Pizza Quest.
I don't even know, but I've got a lot to watch before I can get that.
Yeah, like I said, I can't say anything without spoilers, so Pizza Quest is all I can say about it.
Well, I did have a fucking quest for pizza, but it's probably nothing as adventurous as what they're doing on the season.
Nope, not at all.
Yep, told you.
So, let's see, what else? Been watching My Hero Academia. I already know what's going to happen, but
good
the latest episode was not so bad, but we're getting close to the good part.
Because you've read the manga and you know what's going on.
That's what I just said, literally within a minute ago.
I'm like totally... I'm blind. Sean hasn't been watching
it.
No, yeah.
No, I'm like totally blind, as in... I have no background of this. I have not read the manga, so what I'm getting is literally the information I received from the anime. And... I haven't seen the latest episode, but I did see the episode more or less so on, and of course there's some fucking spoilers on YouTube which got me mad, but
yeah, you avoid those for a reason. Just like you don't scroll down and read comments.
Yeah, but see...
But that you do anyway.
No, it's not that kind of spoiler, but the spoiler was for the, one of the girls, which I'll mention in a bit.
Which one?
I'll mention it when I get there.
We're talking about right now, man.
Okay, fine. Alright. Blood Girl.
Okay. Yes, good old Toga.
I love her.
Yeah. It's like there's a reason why people like her. It's like, not just because, she's kind of like a fun, quirky girl, besides the fact that she's probably a yandere.
And wants to fucking murder people. Well, her quirk doesn't help.
Well, yeah, it doesn't. But at the same time, even without it, it wouldn't change much.
She'd still be abusing people. Technically,
well, no, it's not really abusing people, because it's kind of hard to describe it.
She
just
likes
right now
torturing people and taking care of them.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Just right now, Deku's just got her attention.
Oh yeah, because he was all bruised up and everything.
Bruised up and bloody.
Yeah, and she got turned on by it.
Oh, majorly. And because of that, she kind of like gets to know, looks into him and reads more, learns more about him, and she gets more attracted to him.
Right.
So good luck, Deku. You're just attracted to yandere.
She's also pulling off the Yame Kawaii really well. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah, the cute but creepy.
Yeah, the cute but creepy Akihabara. No, not Akihabara. What was that? Harajuku fucking style.
Yeah.
So, I love it, and her aesthetic was really pleasing to me.
Yeah, because it's kind of realistic in a sense, and like when you look into it, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, just from her design, I really liked it. I'm going off on second season mostly. When I got introduced to her, I thought she was a really cute character. It's just like, why the hell is this bitch the fucking like villain? And then third season rolls around and like, yeah, it makes sense. I mean. Yeah. It showed a little bit of how much of a psycho she was in the later bits of the second season.
Yeah, which with a dead body behind her and her holding a knife.
Well, she's into the villain thing, and like she gets like totally aggro with this other guy. Like instinctually, they're meant to kill. Like they see a threat, they're already ready to fucking like instantly take it out. Like they're just in that mindset, and I'm just like, okay, she's hardcore. But I didn't know what. More or less what I know now because of fucking YouTube comments.
Yeah, well, let's see. Another interesting new villain that I'm pretty sure you like is Twice.
Is that the guy that's fucking with the mask?
And basically, he's like the Japanese version of Deadpool, in a sense.
Split person. Actually, tell you the truth, I feel like that is the fucking his inspiration right there for that character.
More or less. That's if Deadpool didn't have two voices in the head and was forced to act with two different personalities that conflict. He says one thing but does another thing.
Is that like it related to his quirk or it's just him?
I will not say anything because that would give you spoilers.
Oh, now you care about spoilers. Well, I'm really upset about her powers.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to spoil it for you, okay, about some things. Okay, unlike you, I care about these things. It's just that he's a very fun character. And like when season 3 comes in, then it's going to get even more interesting for you.
I mean, it is going to be later on, I'm assuming, this season, right?
Maybe. I'm just saying that within the next 2 or 3 episodes, it's going to get pretty fucking intense.
Alright, I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, but not for what you expect.
I feel like I'm going to regret this. Alright!
So, moving on, is
like anything else? Yeah,
it's like with My Hero Academia, like the latest episode, basically, like spoilers. Cover your ears for the next 20 seconds.
We don't care.
Fine, Bakugo gets kidnapped. It's gone all Sasuke Uchiha, but not really.
Well, he had it coming.
Yeah, well, I don't really care that they kidnapped him. I say, okay, goodbye, nice knowing you.
It makes sense, but.
Yes, he's angry, irritated, rebels against authority, has a very destructive quirk and all that.
Well,
he's like a villain in a sense, but he's like still working with the hero side.
Well, I wouldn't mind his personality. It's just he's a fucking dick for just being
everyone.
A fucking dick to everyone. I don't like that. Like, where's his character? Where's his reason for him being a dick? Was he like abused or something?
We explained this like a long time ago, and it was season 1. It showed him.
Overconfidence doesn't make you a dick. Overconfidence makes you.
No. It's not just overconfidence. It's that he was always compared, and it's like he was envied and praised. And he everything came naturally for him. He's like a born winner, a smug ass guy. He's like,
It still doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Explains.
Yes,
the way he is now. I don't like it.
Yeah, it does make perfect sense, especially if you took psychology and you study people's behaviors and growth and development. Like depending on how people are treated throughout the years of a certain emotions, it does condition a person to behave in a certain way.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But this is a cartoon character, and he's just
which are based off realistic things.
Design-wise, he's just meant to be a jerk-ass, cocky-ass fucking character just for the sake of having a jerk-ass, cocky-ass character.
And I can tell you that there's actual people that exist in real life.
Not that bad. Okay.
Let's just stop.
Animated there. All right.
Okay, let's just stop here before we get into a full-blown war about whether or not it's possible for someone to become like that. which is totally yes.
Well, it's
anyway,
just
moving on. No. Edwin, stop. Just drop it.
But just I heard drop you it. In that second right there.
Just drop it. Okay, let's not get into a fight. Moving on is basically they're all thinking about trying to do a rescue operation and all, and if they do, it's highly possible that they're going to do what they're doing is going to be illegal, and they can get expelled. Best case scenario.
All right, fair enough.
So let's see. That's with My Hero Academia. I've been watching a little bit of my High School DxD with a new art style. Really gives it a fluffy, like marshmallow look, but it's it still looks pretty cool and badass. We finally see some of the new villains, so we're aka the Hero Fraction, which is basically the people who are descended from actual heroes from all over the world. So you got peoples from like the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Cao, then you got the famous descendant of Joan of Arc, then you got the descendant of Hercules, then you got the descendant of Gregory's, or the guy who basically made a deal with the demon or something about that to stop time and whatnot. Okay.
This is all High School DxD?
Yes. Like I said, the new villains, aka the Hero Faction, which is basically working with terrorists. So yes, take that as you will. So basically, these heroes are trying to destroy the latest peace treaties in the world. Just so they can prove themselves that humanity is the strongest. There is so much hypocrisy with them that it's just like, wow.
It's almost like an EMEA thing there.
No, this is like the bad example, and comparing the two of them is like would get you slapped with anybody who actually cares about this kind of thing.
Okay, I was thinking more of Hero EMEA.
No, absolutely not. Hero EMEA would be disgusted with some of the things that they actually do.
He's disgusted with himself.
Yeah, that's the issue there.
No, he's disgusted with everything.
But
does EMEA Archer try to kill kids?
I bet any would.
No, like if he didn't have to, do you think he would?
If Shiro EMEA was holding a kid and that was in his way to kill Shiro, then he would.
No.
Yeah,
I disagree.
He would.
With how much he's already killed in his life, he would do it.
That's because he was absolutely sure that he can create a paradox. If he knows for a fact that they would not create a paradox, he would not do it.
Alright, we'll talk about Fate Stay Night some other time. I mean, to be honest, the two are two separate entities. That's just what they are.
Yeah.
So
there's that, and also whatever new shows are up lately, but...
Which ones?
You can find them all on Crunchyroll, but it's nothing big. There's also... Oh, right, and I recently got the Japanese version with the English subtitles of Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel, Part 1.
Oh, so wait, didn't you go see the movie, though?
Yes, I did. I got the DVD.
Oh, fuck! Well, congratulations.
Yes, why, thank you.
I'm gonna have to take it from you.
I'm not sure about that. Anyway, there's also going to be a heads up...
Tonight, you'll find out.
No, I won't. Anyway, there's going to be upcoming next month, within June, there's going to be the English dub for the Heaven's Feel movie.
That's news.
Yeah. That I'm going to go ahead and talk about, that I'm going to watch. Or try to watch.
Alright, so anything else you've been watching?
No, let's see. Besides some other movies, knickknacks, it's mostly like rewatching a lot of shows, but no, there's not much. You?
Alright, Edwin.
Alright.
Get into it.
Start off with some Netflix stuff.
Start with the easy stuff before you get mad.
I thought you were going to start getting yourself pissed off from what happened with Franks.
No, I'm going to save that for the last bit. So, I've seen a few movies on Netflix, and I've seen one show on Netflix that I really highly recommend. That's animated, technically. Actually, two, technically. Mm-hmm. One I will only recommend. So, Moonwalkers. It's kind of like this dark comedy of an early Apollo moon mission kind of a story where, like, okay, the U.S. government doesn't really know if they're actually going to be able to land on the moon, so they hire a CIA guy to go more or less to the UK to find a director to fake the moon landing in case it doesn't fall through. So they they can brag it to the Russians and all that shit, but yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And it stars the guy from Hellboy. I can't remember his name, the actor's name, but he's pretty well known. He's a nice chiseled man, very deep, gruff voice. But the one that I actually recognize the most is Ron Weasley, because he's in it.
Okay.
And it's just Ron Weasley basically tries to be slick, and he takes the guy's money, and then he's kind of more or less forced to make the movie himself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch it. It's a horrible movie.
Alright, I'll avoid it.
I mean, you should, if anything, you should watch it if you have time to spare and if you kind of want to make fun of it, but it's a really cringy movie because
ain't nobody got time for that.
It deals with early hippie-ish drugs, and let's just say Bounce is the greatest movie ever, and that's the only hint I'll ever give you.
Okay.
Hellraiser. Finally got to see it for the first time, and it kind of ties in pretty heavily to the I don't know if it was a screenplay, but the audiobook from that I ended up mentioning like a while back. I'd say a few podcasts ago. Just it's a really good movie. The effects are really great. Like it's kind of, some parts of it is a little weird, like fucking legs flying up from the floorboards from this goo at a 90-degree angle, and it just looks a little awkward.
Okay.
But the what is it called? The makeup effects on it is by far still holds up. Like, it's creepy. It gets under your skin, and this isn't even the Cenobites we're talking about. This is the main story of it, and main story is this family moves into this old house, and from this weird blood accident that this one dude has, the father, he kind of ends up waking up the captured spirit of his eldest brother, and he's pretty much dragged into hell by
his eldest brother's dead, or
his brother got fucking spirited away more or less at the beginning of the movie, so he's kind of trapped in hell by this fucking cube that I can't for the life of me remember the name, because it's a fucking Lovecraftian fucking long ass title of a name.
Oh god, I gotta tell you something.
Go on.
No, I meant that isn't when it involves Lovecraft. It's like you really know things are gonna get really fucking weird or like creepy.
If you know what Clive Barker, yeah, there we go. The director's Clive Barker. If you know what Clive Barker does, it's the guy that made The Thing. Yeah, that's what you're gonna get. Like you get the Thing effect, the whole shebang, and he does kind of a unique take on a Catholic-esque Lovecraftian theme horror. And so he's pretty much dragged into hell, and because of blood, he finds a way to crawl out, and he needs more bodies, more blood to fucking like be whole again. And like he's on a time crunch because these people that dragged him in are gonna look for him eventually. And it really kind of heavily adopts from the audiobook I listened to.
Yeah.
It's the only difference is the daughter is the main character, is the girl that's supposed to be like the in the audiobook. It was actually the guy's friend, so it wasn't even a daughter. It was literally his friend who happened to be female, and it holds up. I really enjoyed it, and it was very spooky.
Okay.
All right, now the next one. This is animated. This is where it's gonna go all animated from here. Godzilla, Planet of the Monster. So this is by Polygon Pictures, the same company that did what's it called, Knights of Sidonia and the Blame movie.
Oh, okay.
So it has that CG animated look. I don't recommend this at all, but if you really want to watch it, just watch it for Hana Kanazawa. Because she's in it, and she plays the female
Oh shit,
lead.
I'm interested. No, actually I'm not. My buddy, who's actually the biggest Godzilla fan in the world and knows all about Godzilla, he told me not to watch that
either.
No,
it's kind of garbage, but what makes it bad is they hold off for a part 2. So they beat Godzilla, but it turns out it's a baby Godzilla, and Godzilla's literally the size of a fucking mountain. Right. So the one they're trying to kill, more or less, they kind of like look for another planet because they can't live there because Godzilla's there.
Yeah.
And then, alright, it's been 20 years, we can't find a planet, we're gonna warp back. And it turns out when they warp, 19,000 years has passed for Godzilla, where it was literally 20 seconds for them. And he grew.
Damn.
And you only find that out at the end of the movie. So, I don't recommend it, but if you want to watch something on Netflix, you should watch this next one, Agretsuko, which is kind of like a cartoony, anthropomorphic, chibi slice of life comedy revolving around this fox girl who works at a shitty office job. She gets ragged on a lot, and like people think of her as like a floor mat and all this shit. And her only secret is every time after work or when she really needs to vent, she has this microphone where she fucking like goes all metal and like just fucking goes screamo, like. Just yelling at, I have a shitty boss. You know, it's a really catchy tune, because you know it's a dude doing it, and I listened to the English dub and the Japanese one for the first episode.
Yeah.
I prefer the English one better, because the jokes are more translated well here, because we have a more, I'd say it digests easily there, but the Japanese jokes sometimes just kind of skip over my head a little.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like, because that is a very cultural thing.
Yeah.
Of being, like, doing karaoke in that kind of style and stuff. And, you know, when you're off the clock, anything goes type of stuff. So, yeah, it's probably very cultural.
It's a little cultural, but, like, they translate it really well, because she didn't... Well, one of the jokes was when, in the first episode, she's at the karaoke place. She's fucking screaming her ass out, like, she has a shitty boss and all this shit, and this guy comes in, opens the door with a tray of food. He's like, I got the food you ordered. In Japanese, she says, I didn't order anything. And in the English one, he comes in, he's like, I got what you ordered. He's like, leave it on the table. Like, it just makes sense to me a little bit more. Because the joke is literally, I didn't order anything in Japanese, which is kind of like, I've seen it in a few comedies, but I felt like leave it on the table, all kind of like ashamed because she was going screamo, translated a little bit better to me personally. But I recommend it. It's a really cute Netflix series.
Okay. And
the art style is probably really easy to get into. Like I could probably recommend it to the casual, and it's like a Hello Kitty-esque design. It's not Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Hinamatsuri, I already mentioned what I needed to say in that one. We gotta protect Danzu, because my bae right there. And I liked Hitomi a lot, because bartender daughter.
She's good too. I like the developments.
Yeah, she's just so she's the normie caught up in all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you see what happens next later on for Hitomi, yeah.
Yeah, it's I'd assume just given how her character is, because she doesn't know how to handle these situations, because she's inexperienced. Now, Hero Academia, I already said a little bit about it in David's segment, but Sue is still my favorite. Frog Girl, or what was it called? What was her hero name for Sue?
Froppy.
Froppy is a pretty good character still. You know, my favorite still, but she's pretty much neck and neck right now with Toga, or Blood Girl as I call her, because that's
that is her fetish.
Yeah, it relates to her quirk, but I don't want to spoil it. I'll spoil it.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna do it.
No, Edwin, come on. Be courteous.
Okay, I'll be courteous. She transforms into people. Okay. Hey. Alright. So, next one is GG Alter. Lolly Crew confirmed. Like, if you've been watching it, they got out of the first squad jam, and it was kind of like neck and neck for the last two teams, which is Team Len, or Ren, right?
Yeah. I will say, I thought the fucking plot armor was way too fucking heavy. That was some...
Yeah.
That's what definitely reminded me I'm watching fucking Sword Art, was that ridiculous plot armor in episode 5.
I don't think that was the worst sin. I think the worst sin was episode 6.
Yeah.
I'll get into it right now. Where
I haven't watched that one, so...
I'll just say this much, because really nothing happened besides... I mean, last episode you kind of figure out that, like, the lolly girls... the big burly, like, crew girls...
Russian fucking girls...
Were actually middle school freaking short, cute girls.
Somehow these little middle school girls are better than, like, special ops fucking in training.
It's a weird thing, but episode 6, if you remember episode 1 near the end, they're like, you got these girls in the Len's apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they go, oh, you were this person.
It ties back into that.
Yeah, I figured it would afterwards, so.
You know, they kind of did this whole thing where they're like, oh my gosh, you beat us and all this stuff, and you beat these pro, like, special forces guys in the game. That's awesome. You're fucking the best. We want to fight you, kind of deal. Mm-hmm. So that happened. It was pretty good. But Lolly Crew confirmed, and I'm happy. All right, and God, I really want to avoid this one. All right, Darling in the Franxx, episode 18.
So what happened to your girl?
Kokoro and Mitsuru are finally gone. Like, it was good while it lasted, and I'm glad Kokoro's still alive. But
is she really, though?
She's probably going to remember down the line, but the death flag will be confirmed.
I mean, it seemed like they were hinting that she remembered just because, you know...
She saw the ring.
Yeah, the ring and the Sakura and stuff like that, so...
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have it just like Nana relapse on her emotions.
Yeah.
There'll probably be some relapsing with Mitsuru or Kokoro, but we'll see what happens.
But once they remember, they're going to fucking die.
Oh yeah, they're going to be taken out.
Maybe...
Taken out back.
I tell you the truth, I don't know what caused them to fucking get memory wiped. It's either... My theory is it was because they kind of more or less said that they wanted to, like, run away together and all that kind of deal.
I think, you know, making a baby, wanting to run away, all that stuff. And, you know...
Well, the second rule is making a baby.
Yeah, exactly. And
they made a baby. You have sinned.
And they had mentioned, you know, only Hero and 02 are, you know, exceptions to the rule of, you know... Because
02's technically... Man, can you fucking hold her down for a fucking flu shot? No, you can't. You can't fucking try to memory wipe her. Good people... Well, their emphasis of good people are gonna fucking die.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm really upset with episode 18, but...
My girl's still there, so...
Fuck you.
So... What's up?
Hey, it's still better than Ichigo.
Yeah. I thought the Ikino and Ichigo thing was a little weak. When they showed it in the preview, it was a lot more dramatic, how they edited it together.
Oh, I don't watch the previews, so I'm glad I didn't.
It was the first one I had seen. They showed it on their Twitter, and I was like, shit, she's gonna fucking rape her right here in this bed.
No, it didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
I kind of guessed that they wouldn't, because, like, Ichigo didn't roll that way.
Exactly, but if you saw the preview, you'd been like, damn, this might happen. That's what.
Maybe down the line it could, but like maybe she wasn't feeling it right there and then. But
who knows?
I don't know. So
yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But poor Goro, he just can't catch a break, man.
No, tell you the truth, he's the dictionary example of a guy being cucked.
He is in like 3 different ways.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. But, all right, that kind of finishes my watching segment.
So I guess let's bring it in.
Yeah, that finishes my watching segment.
Alright, let's move along here. That was a good meaty segment.
Very meaty. Wow. It's been a while there. Oh, we're back to this one? Nice.
Alright, so video games.
I think I should get into it first.
Go for it.
I've got the most hateful one so far. So, Metro 2033, I've been having fun with that again. This is my second playthrough for the first one. And I plan on doing probably a week from now a kind of like a speed run of it in Russian again. Cause this time around I decided to have it in English, so I'd finally be able to understand the story a little bit more, and it's pretty good. I finally understand how the people in the metro live instead of just being lost in translation. Because yeah, we have no subtitles for these guys. It's not related to the main story. and I have yet to get the good ending, so whatever. Monster Hunter, it's I play it on and off, but I'm not playing it too seriously.
Right.
So it's kind of a shame because I
So
used to like it.
Are you losing interest, or?
I'm losing interest right now because I've got all the, I guess, monster material I need so far, unless it's event related or Elder Dragon related. I already got most of the weapons for my character that are Charge Blade related, because I'm a Charge Blade main. And that's fun. I already got the Sakura skin for Street Fighter. Street Fighter in general.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one. She's been in many.
Yeah, Sakura, she's an old character.
Yeah. It's very fucking cute, and I like it, but I'll just go back to my armor one of these days when I log on. And yeah, no real changes there, but I logged on for that event skin. And I didn't get the Dante set because it timed out, but it'll come back soon. And Overwatch. This was actually a little bit funny because I ended up playing it yesterday because I was like, I want to check if I got the event sprays I'm getting for the breast cancer awareness. And I got them, among other things, but for the last game I was playing with this group already that I just ended up matching up with and then sticking around with. And they did this weird thing where they're like, okay, I get, because I think they know each other, but they decided to roleplay their characters.
Yeah, so actually check that out on YouTube. What was it? Overwatch?
No,
Weebs?
Overweebs. No. It's an unlisted video. Like,
okay.
It was meant. I only recorded it because I ended up telling a few friends. I'm like, dude, I'm in a weird situation. There's Overwatch role players going on. Dude, fucking record it. It's just like, no, I'm not gonna record this because like, I'm not gonna make it out bad. They're having fun. That's fine, but like, it's just kind of a little cringy to me. So I ended up just recording it just for them.
Yeah, I watched it and it was pretty cringy.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
They're having fun. I don't mind it, and I'm not gonna make fun of them or anything about it.
I will.
Like, no, I'm not. Like, well, you can. I'm not going to, but like, they had their fun, and I was just trying to win. I stuck with them, and we lost 4 times in a row, and that last one was just like, well, I might as well get a bonus in. Like, I might as well record that this thing happened instead of saying it. So I ended up showing a few friends. Only 2. I didn't think you'd see it.
I saw it. I see everything.
Oh yeah, you're my editor. A co-conspirator. Alright. So they had their fun, but yeah, it was really weird hearing people roleplay their characters. Like, one of them was an okay Reaper voice, I guess. But the Widowmaker, no. Now the next game, which I kind of hate myself, but
it's Destiny, isn't it?
It's Destiny. Destiny 2.
It's always Destiny.
So I'm back because I ended up playing the DLC for it, which was the most unimpressive thing I have ever played. Like, this isn't even like the I haven't played Destiny 1, but people fucking talk about the what was it called? The glass
Vault of Glass.
What was it called? Vault of Glass?
Yeah.
Yeah, they talk about the Vault of Glass like it's the greatest thing ever, despite it being a pretty small DLC, right?
Well, it requires good cooperation.
Yeah,
so.
That's the issue there. You could just play it by yourself, and you're pretty good. The only thing that they put in was this horde mode called Escalation Protocol. I had fun with that, but I haven't been able to beat it because I'm too weak in light level, so I decided to try to raise my light level up. I hate it. I had to make a second character just so I could try to get up 4 light levels, and I'm just absolutely not happy with it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I've been watching. Alright, who's next? I'm already bitter.
Alright, I'll be quick.
Sure.
Me? Not much, just besides Devil Survivor 2, Pokemon Sun.
You did Satan and Lucifer already, right?
Oh yeah, but I'm still leveling up the originals to see if I can get even more stats on them.
Alright.
And let's see, sometimes I play Dawn of War. kind of nice. Increase the challenge levels. Try when it all of a sudden gives my computer opponent more like resources, so troops with more punch and more health.
Right.
Means I gotta build more goddamn turrets and then destroy my base and build more turrets and whatnot.
Yeah. You'd probably have fun with the Apocalypse mod.
That's if I have a winning map or a winning base already set up.
No, it's just the mod gives you a wider view of the map.
No, I'm telling you what I would like to have in order to fully appreciate it. Otherwise, I gotta face an entire horde of who knows what.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like whenever I used to play StarCraft 2, and you'd put the computer on the hardest difficulty, and they actually just got more money than you and shit, and they
had more time to set up everything.
Yeah, they literally like instead of getting 5 minerals per mineral run, they got 7, and so it was just like they had an unfair advantage. And then just by default, and then they have superhuman reactions and shit, which it just gets annoying.
Yes. Explain why orcs have the better advantage in Insane.
Yeah, because every building has a gun attached to it, and it can repair themselves.
Well, because they'd fucking mob you with fucking like the weak ass freaking not the Gretchens, but at least the
you mean
shooter orcs,
sluggers, or was it
sluggers? The sluggers. Or I think that's tier 2.
No, that's tier 1. There's also, what was it? Headhunters or something like that?
The ones with the hatchets, right?
Yeah. Just the standard orcs.
Oh man, I hardly saw any of those. But yeah, they spammed the sluggers. Is shooters tier 2?
Sluggers is tier 1.
But shooters.
Yeah.
Okay, tier 2?
Yeah, it's like, if you're talking about the best one, then that's like Flash Gits. That's like tier 4 or 5. Those are the good shooters.
Oh god, I hate them.
And there's like, and then there's like the knobs, and they're like tier 4 or 5 as well.
Yeah,
and that's when you make sure you get all the upgrades, and then you give each one of them a power claw.
So you've been playing skirmish, or were you playing campaign?
Campaign, man.
Yeah, okay, no, that's even more of an unfair advantage. Because their bases are already built, mostly, for the maps.
No, I built my bases already.
Oh, so they're attacking you?
I'm playing as the orcs right now.
Oh, boy.
That's what I said this entire time.
You know, I think it's actual canon that the orcs won planet Cronus.
No, they lost Cronus. I was like, there was the Space Marines who won Cronus. It was the next one in Soulstorm that the orcs won.
Oh, but they won Cronus.
No, it was the Blood Ravens.
God damn Blood Ravens.
It's just that the next up on Soulstorm, they had a complete idiot in charge, Bolviar. That the whole Kuvaron campaign was a complete disaster. Hence the whole Dawn of War games where they're on that Chaldeas, Typhon, and Meridian.
In Subsector Aurelia.
Yeah. That's why they had to protect those like recruitment worlds so badly. They were literally dead in threat of being wiped out because they were running out of people.
Or being pushed out of the system. I mean, the Blood Ravens are a nomadic space marine.
They're a thieving nomadic space marine.
Oh my god, yeah. I love the thieving part.
No, you like them when you are the Blood Ravens. When you're the other group's getting stolen from them, then you
get so angry. It's like
it's even worse when they're stealing from their own groups or other fellow space marines. It's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Can't you build your own stuff?
You know what's funny is it's a really well loved. The Blood Ravens are a really well loved joke in the 4chan community where they make their own stories for this. One of them was like there was a sister tank deployment that was supposed to bring like this fucking huge atomic warhead that would destroy the planet from this Necron tomb world. So they're gonna take out the Necron tomb world, and the next thing they know, before they set up, the bomb was gone. The Blood Ravens took it.
Yeah.
So it's fucking lovely.
So yeah, like I said, I'm playing as the orcs, building as many turrets as I can, lots of war banners and everything. Like I'll put several bases and several recruitment posts on each map whenever I fight an opponent, get an unfair advantage. And for whatever places I can't build stuff in, I fill it with landmines. And then I just watch on the next fight. I watch everyone standing on top of them explode.
Oh boy.
It's kind of funny to see them fly back and forth. Especially their leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it for me. What about you?
Alright, so mine's
on the
short as
back?
well. So I've been playing just a little bit of Bloodborne still.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, I actually talked about Bloodborne last week. I haven't played it yet.
So my boy here lied to me saying, you know, oh, you're at the point where shit gets real. Shit hasn't gotten real. Still. 2 more bosses in. It's still easy. Game's too easy.
You're too conditioned.
Unless you're under leveled, then it's that's why I could see it being hard if you're just going under leveled. But
okay, where are you at right now? Before
so
you talk shit.
I'm in Yahargul
You haven't gotten past
after
that?
Rom. No, I haven't played since I got there. I literally got there. So okay, I finished the Forgotten Woods, killed the Shadows of Yharnam. Only had 1 death on them. Then I got into the little church that was past that. What was it, Bergenworth? Maybe? I think that's where it was, Bergenworth. I died once to one of the hunters that was inside the church because I went in with 1 vial and didn't realize he was using arcane.
Oh,
Then
yep,
killed him.
Bergenworth, yep.
Yeah.
It's a female, and yes.
Killed her after, I respawned. And then killed Rom after 1 death. And then got to Yahargul.
Wait, okay, can I ask you the strat on what you used for Rom? Did you kill the spiders first?
Yeah. No, I just chased them down every time. I ignored spiders completely.
Dude, my dude. Cause
it feels like it's so useless too because he'll spawn more. I started out on my first one, I killed a couple, and then he spawned more, and I was like, you know what?
He
Fuck
only
this.
spawned those. Okay, so each one he doesn't spawn more. It's just each time you do more damage, when he disappears,
He teleports,
and
yeah, and then he spawns
he'll
more,
spawn
yeah.
more, but
It's-
he won't teleport in the 3rd phase.
But I figured, you know what, fuck this. I'm just gonna go ham on him. He killed me the first time when some meteors came down and fucked me up.
Yeah,
That I didn't notice, and then the second time, I got him.
I'm amazed you actually survived because those little fuckers actually
Yeah,
kill you really
I was
hard.
bobbing, weaving. I ran in all the way through bob and weave, get 2 hits, fucking run out, and just took my time on it.
Okay.
I took the safe approach, but it was a fun fight. But yeah, I could see you getting fucked up if one of them catches you before you get to
He
him.
gets stunned.
You're done. Yeah, they're all gonna jump on you because you can see them too. Some of them are aggressive and some are kind of passive. So I would just circle around until I found a group of.
It's just how the AI is.
Yeah, I kind of would wait until I find a group that's not aggressive, run through and get some hits in, run out. But I thought it was a cool fight.
I like Rom because I know what to do with them, especially if you have the electricity papers. Not the
Bolt paper, yeah.
bolt paper.
I actually have some. I didn't use any though.
Dude, he takes massive loads of damage with bolt paper. Anything electricity based, because that's what elder gods are weak to.
Okay.
Not fire like the beasts.
I'll have to remember that because I have some bolt papers.
Oh, you'll be going through a lot, but you're still stuck in Yahargul since then. Right?
Yeah, I got into Yahargul. I looked around, looked pretty badass, but then I went to bed. So
yeah, no, that's the real shit. Like, I kid you not, that's for
all
real.
right,
It's gonna get harder.
I'm waiting for the harder. I've killed like 10 bosses now.
And you got DLC, right?
I've got the DLC. I'm.
You're not gonna get past fucking Ludwig. At least guaranteed, at minimum, 5 deaths.
I hope so because I still haven't fought one boss yet that's killed me more than once.
Don't worry. And
I'm hoping I get that Dark Souls experience.
And I do recommend you to do the Chalice dungeons just because what are they called? The blood gems? You get.
I mean, I did one. I found it really boring, but
It is.
I mean, I already sold all my Chalice materials.
Well, you're not gonna do it in the first place, I'm assuming.
Because yeah, I did one. It took like almost an hour just because they were so fucking long and it was just so monotonous. It felt like, but
Well, the more you raise up, the more rewards you're gonna get. But
right.
like, the whole point of the challenge dungeons is to try to get more or less blood gems, certain materials to get better blood gems. 'Cause,
Right.
When you play New Game Plus, you're gonna want those, and if you ever play New Game Plus, and the higher.
Right.
That's the only way you're gonna get stronger.
I see.
But yeah, don't worry about it.
Alright, then I'll wait for the difficulty. But then talking about an actual difficult game, Celeste. So it's a precision platformer.
Shit.
It kind of is a game that takes a lot of inspiration from Super Meat Boy, but feels a lot better than Super Meat Boy in my opinion. But it is a precision platformer. You know, you get hit, you fall in a pit, you die. You get hit by anything, so projectile spike, you die.
So it's a Mega Man-esque game.
Sort of, but not really. It's like, you don't attack or anything. It's just platforming. You just get from one place to another.
Super Mario.
More or less, yeah.
Right.
Closer to that. But with, there's a lot of different things. There's, wall jumps, grip, climbing, air dashes, all this more complicated things. But that's a fucking good platformer, and the music is amazing. The art style is cute as hell. And, that's a really good game, and I'm enjoying it. So it's like $20 on Steam. Check it out if you like platformers.
I don't. Well, actually, I do. It depends.
It's good. It's good. I'm really enjoying it.
You recommended me Rabbi Ribi, so I'm gonna check that one out.
I mean, that one is in all sense, an actual Metroidvania. Has platforming, but it's more about battling and stuff. But this one is like a tried and true platformer. That's what you do, is you fucking platform. And that's all I got.
Alright, so that's all the gaming, so let's bring it in for a clink.
Anything here?
Alright, so reading. Who's been reading?
Me.
Alright.
Besides reading all the latest updates of most popular manga and whatnot. Light novels, forum quests. The usual. Let's see. Like, okay, keeping up to date with like for example, forum quest called an extra Prime Mark. Basically, just like there's now a 21st Prime Mark that was created from the stealings of the 20 Prime Marks from the Chaos Gods. I mentioned this before. I'm reading the latest actions and results.
The female one, right?
Yeah. And all of a sudden the Chaos Gods are basically having that there's a fifth one, they're dealing with that one, but they're trying to send orcs to deal with you. Problem is these orcs are kind of slowly devolving back to corks.
You mean the stronger version of orcs?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Ones that were created to fight the Necrons.
What happened to the Heartless?
Like I told you before, that they were the tear in the hole was or the rift was closed, but more or less Malal, or that non-canon Chaos God, he's now he was not really, but now there's 5 Chaos Gods.
It's still canon. I mean, it's just on the down low.
Whatever. Basically, there's 5 of them now. It's like he more or less learned how to use some of that power that just came in, but he's not going too deep into it because it could end up possessing him. Also, more or less, you ended up like our dear Primarch, or 21st Primarch, and has pretty much ended up probably creating a new god. A god of crystals.
You mean not... Wait, a god of crystals?
Yes.
A god of...
Oh, goddess.
Oh, is this an Eldar god?
No, this is a completely new one that you kind of created, because when that rift came out with all those Heartless, you know how they normally leave all these little jewels and whatnot behind if you beat them in the Kingdom Hearts games?
Yeah.
Some of them got left behind, and you took them and studied them, and you created your own version of them, and you started spreading them around to your whole followers and for helping out with society. And that more or less, more people started using them, and you started breaking walls that most rune priests and whatnot couldn't do before, and more people started using it, and in turn, you started creating a god of not one domain, but various, multiple bases, and it's slowly forming to become its own goddess. You have informed the Emperor of Mankind. He had went ahead and investigated to make sure that it would not be corrupted, that it would not desire to be worshipped, and it will never be worshipped. It passed the tests, and it's it now helps you.
But can you convince the Inquisition?
There is no Inquisition. It's the 30th millennium.
Oh, fuck, you're right. The Inquisition doesn't happen until the 32nd or 34th.
Yeah, something way later on.
Yeah,
and players are making sure that we are deriving all the bad things, that we find what do you call that guy? Perpetual, the guy with the butcher nails. Like, we're trying to make...
No.
Yeah,
I don't know a perpetual with the butcher's nails.
That Primarch that had the butcher's nails.
Now, if you're talking about the Primarch, it's Angron of the World Leaders.
Yes, we're trying to make sure we find him before he gets the butcher's nails. And it's like, we're also going to make sure that when we find Logar, we change his outlook on...
Kill him.
Change his outlook from Chaos Gods.
No.
Yes.
Everything was all Lorgars.
No, it was Eberus, or whatever that guy's name is. That was like, who works for Logar, that went to him when he lost his faith with the Emperor of worshipping the Emperor of Mankind.
I don't think it was Erebos. No, it wasn't Eliphas.
No, not Elvis, someone else.
Are you kidding me? Eliphas was there with him.
He was, whoever convinced Logar to go ahead and do it.
I think it was Eliphas.
Well, okay, whatever. Whoever it was, we're trying to make sure that we derive canon. If we can, and try to save as many Primarchs from falling into chaos while we find them.
Okay, if that's your goal, fine. But
we're also...
to me, I'd have shot Lorgar first chance I'd get.
Okay, first off...
We stopped chaos.
Moving on. Yeah, so the latest thing is that we're about to be attacked by Quarks, or Orcs who are devolving back to Quarks, and they are about to build a giant war planet with some war moons.
So basically a giant planet with huge engines.
Yes, and it should be operational within 5 years.
You know, I'd be upset, but it's the Orcs, and I want this to happen.
No, these are no longer... They're kind of... They're Carps or Quarks. They haven't got to... They're not there yet. They're not pure Quarks yet. The leader is kind of slowly devolving back to one, but they're not there.
But do they still maintain their they believe hard enough it works kind of ideology?
Something like that, yeah. But they're kind of, like I said, they're devolving back to Quarks and all that entails.
Alright, I'll ask you another question. Have you ever seen a purple orc?
I've seen orcs that paint themselves purple.
Because?
Because they're very big. And they're also very sneaky gits.
You son of a bitch, you passed the test.
Yeah.
They believe so hard that purple's the stealthiest color that it works.
Yeah. They also believe blue is the luckiest.
And red makes you go faster. And yellow, I think, is explosions, makes them bigger.
No, not explosions, because they wouldn't paint their war trucks yellow. I think it's tougher or something.
Well, their ammunition would be yellow.
Yeah, so they're like, or at least, harder, like more...
So hardier explosions.
Or, hardier bullets they can go through.
Oh, fuck. I love orcs, but I also hate going up against them.
Yeah, I know. So that's what's happening with that foreign quest. Another is Embers in the Dusk. Basically, you're being attacked by orcs, who is led by Head Smasher, who is a complete idiot, but the biggest, strongest orc that ever existed so far. And you're trying to make sure that he lives. Because having an idiot in charge is a good thing for you.
For some reason that feels like an Eldar plot, but it makes sense.
Well, yeah, it's like basically he's making a... He literally chooses the worst option.
It's an orc. I'm not even surprised at this point.
No, but he's like so big and so strong, it's ridiculous, but he's so stupid. And like, and you're fighting... You're fighting in space, and you're fighting in a completely different planet. Not in Avernus.
On that note, I remember seeing online one of the codexes. I don't know which one, but there's a picture of two orcs outside patching up their spaceship without spacesuits on. And one of the orcs in the cracks is sticking his head out, asking, "Wait, where's your space helmet?" And they died. Well, I mean, it's hinted, at least in the fluff, that they died because they realized they had no protection from the space, and then they died. Yeah,
I could believe that. So that's... You're fighting inside a new planet, something different, because the mass community wanted to fight somewhere else besides the usual deaf world. So that's what's happening with those two foreign quests. Let's see. Looking forward to the latest chapters of One Piece. Since last chapter, we saw some of the leaders of the Revolutionary Army, and the World Revere is about to happen.
Wait, what's that?
It's basically all the kings on the entire world gather in the Holy Land of Morjanus and discuss what to do for the entire world.
So they're the UN of the One Piece universe.
It's the world government. It always existed. Remember?
No.
Yes.
I'm not a One Piece fan, and the last time
it was explained very early that there's the world government. And it's all the people under the world government are gathering together to discuss what they should do for the future. Mm. And it's right now things are about to change drastically.
Is one of them a pirate?
Yes.
Oh god, then it is going to change drastically.
Well, I mean, the 7 warlords are part of the system, remember?
Well, yes, but they're aren't they supposed to be the world's greatest, swordsmen?
Yes, he's one of the 7 warlords. Yes, Mihawk.
Oh shit! So he. Oh fuck. Okay. All right. Now it makes sense. Yeah. Now it makes sense. All right.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that was discussed about, or potentially could be discussed, is the disbandment of the 7 warlords.
Tell that to the 7 warlords once they find out.
Yes, I know. That's like I said, there is going to be some very major shockwaves and repercussions for whatever happens.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. It took, how many Navy men to fucking take out Whitebeard?
Yeah, it also took the 7 warlords as well to help with combat just one emperor. And they're planning to disband that group as well. Or at least some of them are thinking about disbanding them.
Oh my god. They're gonna fucking die. People are gonna die. Alright, I mean, I don't care.
Like I said, everyone's anticipating it because this is going to be big.
Yeah, I gave up One Piece on 2nd season because Toonami. I lost cable, but also
because of that horrible rap dub opening.
I still remember it.
The 4 Kids dub.
Yeah.
And censorship and all that.
Yeah, I mean, they were better off.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
How the hell did they replace a gun with a weird-looking hammer?
They replaced cigarettes with lollipops and
all of a sudden, water pistols can now shoot bullets.
Yeah. They did some weird shit.
Yes.
All 4 Kids.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
It was the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Let's see. Still reading that Moonlit Journey on Another World. Good series, by the way, but, like the side stories. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. What about you, Sean?
So I actually have been reading something.
You read?
Some surprised, yeah.
No, I'm not.
So, I'm reading a manga. I haven't read too much, but I'm interested in it. It's called Fire Punch.
Oh!
Have you read that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it a lot, so... Edwin, I don't think you've read it, so I'll give you the setup and you tell me what you think.
I haven't read it.
So there's in this world there's gifted ones that have different abilities. There was a witch, basically they call her the Ice Witch, who covered the world in snow and basically caused the entire world to go into famine and death because she covered it with ice and snow and blizzards, all this. And so you come across the main story starts with these 2 characters, a brother and a sister that are just living together. They have no parents.
Let me stop you there. Do they fuck?
No.
Okay, good. Then it already has my
It's a manga, man.
It has my seal of approval.
But the sister wanted a baby with the brother. But it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll tell you why. So what the brother and the sister have the same power. They have regeneration. So the sister's power is a lot weaker than the brother's. And so they live in this village, and actually... because there's no animals, there's no food around, what they do is the brother chops off his limbs regularly and feeds them to all the villagers and stuff like that, and they use his regeneration power to feed the village. And so what...
That's pretty dark already.
It's pretty dark, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then what comes around is this organization, or the military essentially from the capital, comes around finds this village. And the head guy, I forget his name now, but he has the power to burn things until they die. And he says, oh, you're cannibals, you're disgusting, you should be wiped out of the earth. He burns the entire village down. But the main character, the guy,
can't die.
He can't die because his regeneration powers are too bad, but he's stuck burning forever, and he can't die. And he's just in pain all the time. and you know, he finds his sister. His sister, you know, is burning, but her regeneration powers aren't good enough to live.
So she dies.
She dies in front of him, and basically he spends the next 5 years trying to adapt to being on fire all the time because he still feels pain the exact same way anyone else does.
You should probably... I'm sorry to interrupt, but you should probably explain about why this fire is still ongoing, burning.
Yeah, like I said, because...
Like, when he's living in a snowy world, which naturally should have, like, you know...
Yeah, like I said, it burns because the guy's power is that
he can burn
things until they die.
Yeah.
That's his power,
and he can't die.
And he's not dying because of his regeneration powers.
His X factor is too great.
Yeah, and so he's just spending years wandering around because he's burning to death, essentially.
Yeah, it's kind of like Deadpool in a sense. You know, like instead of having cancer, it's like he's having...
He's literally just on fucking fire.
Yes.
And after about 5 years, he's learned to adapt with it enough to be able to breathe properly and stuff like that, and not just, you know, rolling around on the floor. And then he seeks his revenge, and that's kind of where the plot is going from there. Is that he's looking for revenge on this guy, and he's gonna fucking kill him.
I need you to send me this one of these days, I guess.
It's pretty interesting. So there's like 79 chapters or something in total. And
it's been going on for a couple of years.
Yeah, but I'm really interested in it. It's really good so far. So.
Anything else you've been reading?
That's it for me, though. So what do you got, Edwin?
Oh boy! All right. So I've been reading something by someone who assisted in, who was an assistant of the creator of One Piece. Mm-hmm. And that is Noah's Notes. Okay,
you mentioned this last cast.
I'm on a...
Gyaru
the
girl, archaeologist.
Yeah, archaeologist. Super alpha, super awesome archaeologist named Professor Noah, who takes this fucking Gyaru pink-haired girl out basically wherever he's gonna go to find a note for investigation. And like, just... It's a really nice, I guess, shonen series because it kind of has a really nice tension to it, but it's really kind of gaggy. So I'd say it's a comedy shonen more than an action shonen or a mystery shonen. Like I can't think of a mystery shonen. Oh yeah, Death Note. It's not like Death Note like that, but it's got a unique mystery to it that I've really enjoyed. But I've only stuck around for the Gyaru girl. I think she's cute. The guy's art style is really well, like, it's just like, well done. And like, I sent you an image of the girl eating pizza. Oh, come on, man.
She's cute.
She's cute.
I mean, I need more, but you know, to show me what's up. But yeah, from what I saw, she's cute.
She's cute, and I've been enjoying it. Right now, out of the latest chapter, he's kind of being chased down by the Knights of the Templar, and like, he's wielding a laser beam that apparently happened to come around the year before the year 2022 when the world goes to shit, and goes to like to the whole loop theory thing. But man, you know, he the fucking Knights of the Templar guy is really OP. He's got a laser and he's a really kind of like an animal. Like he can hunt down things really well. He's kind of dumb, but no, I'd say simple-minded, but it's because of that simple-mindedness that he's like, I smell this guy somewhere around here because he ate pistachios. Okay, I hear some people underneath me. They're probably in the underground catacombs. Smashes through more or less, and he goes to fucking fight, more or less confront Dr. Noah. None of the chapters that, I think chapter 5 is up already, but on the website I use. But I haven't
oh, so there's not too much then, huh?
There's not. It's a really fresh manga. I think it might have passed the Shonen Jump Start thing initiative or something like that. So it's basically where Shonen Jump does this, like, you kind of like, we're gonna show you a new manga promotional thing, and if one of them gets popular, they'll take it for serialization.
Right.
So this guy, basically, the creator, is I think he's on the road there. I enjoy his work. Which is weird because for the first time I've taken a recommendation from a YouTuber to heart. And that's all I've been reading.
Alright,
bring it in.
Let's bring it in again.
Alright, so I got another one of these. Alright, so we're in the news.
The news.
David, you start this one off.
Alright, like I said earlier, Face Day Night Heaven's Feel English dub is probably coming out next month, so if anyone is interested in that, you go onto their official website and see where it's playing near you.
Not me.
You mean it's coming out to theaters? Or
yes.
DVD? Oh, okay.
Theaters.
Okay.
You can see it on the big screen.
I won't watch the English dub though. I don't.
He may be a stickler for dubs. I'm not. I would watch it wherever it is. If the dub is good, I'll know when a dub is good compared to the Japanese. I'll know.
Okay, did you ever see the English dub of Unlimited Blade Works, Edwin?
Oh, it was horrendous.
Yeah, it was awful.
No, I mean the new one.
Oh, you mean the show?
Yes.
Okay, no. I heard it was pretty okay.
Yeah, they're using those as voice actors. And since
we'll have to see. I mean, it all depends on the director too, because okay, I'll give you this for the Unlimited Blade Works show. If people are saying it's as good as it is, because it's the voice acting, I mean.
Yeah.
I believe you, and if they keep that quality, I'll probably enjoy it. But I've seen good actors fucking just be directed poorly, like Peter Dinklebot.
Okay.
This is a Destiny reference.
Okay. Well, let's see what else.
He's also in Sora. No, he's not in Sora. He's in Infinity War as the giant fucking dwarf.
What else is new?
And Game of Thrones. His most notable work.
No, I just besides speaking of Infinity Wars, it's becoming one of the most popular movies of all time. Like
oh shit, yeah.
Like how do I say this? Justice League, the movie was like it's a joke compared to like Infinity Wars right now with the box ratings it's getting. Like I don't even know how much money they're made.
I haven't seen Justice League. I just heard that it was horrible.
Yeah, I got my friend texted me about why it was so bad. Like, it's pretty much like an Avengers movie. Plot line, first one.
I'm just surprised they fucked up with Steppenwolf. He's supposed to be a badass in the comics.
Yeah, well, you like you said, that they sometimes screw with a good actor and there's a bad director.
That could be said for a lot of things.
Yeah. Beyond that, there's really not much news else I can tell you. What about you, Sean?
Oh man, I've got a meaty one, so I'm gonna try to bang through these as fast as possible.
I've got a medium one, so whatever.
Mine's fatter than it's ever been. So, just reported recently, Persona 5 has shipped 2.2 million copies, which is insane for a game
in Japan
like that.
Or outside?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Can't get that much in it. How big is the population of Japan?
It's bigger than that, but the gaming population is generally pretty small. Like most of the big games in Japan sell like 1 million at most.
Unless it's Dragon Quest.
No, that's like Dragon Quest sells like 1 million to 1.5 million in Japan alone usually.
Okay, and that's just okay. All right.
And this is outside, so
yeah, and this is outside Japan too, so Europe, America, all that stuff, which is
Canada.
Really good for that because I don't remember what Persona 4's number was, but they were much lower than that.
Well, they were still pretty high.
They were still pretty high, especially once you consider, Persona 4 Golden and all that too.
Yeah.
Golden Arena, the fighter?
No, it's like Golden. It's like it's with a.
So the expanded one.
It was expanded on the PS Vita.
Yes.
Then
there was the whole fighting game, then the whole dancing game, and then they're coming up this month is the new dancing game for Persona 3 and Persona 5.
Yeah.
That's like how popular it is.
I did not know there was a dancing game, and
Yes, I played the Persona 4 one on PS Vita, and it's pretty good. So if you actually like the music in P3 or P5, or just like the characters and stuff, you can probably check that out. Yeah. There's usually a bit of story in there as well.
Of course.
So
it's not just like some repetitive just dance it for dancing's sake.
But
there's a storyline to it.
I like the Persona 4 one. It was good, but I like the music better in P5 and P3 than P4, so I'm probably going to get that as well and jump in that.
I do like the music in 5.
Yeah. So you might want to look into it, Edwin.
So,
I have. I've listened to the audio at least.
At
Probably
the
2 times.
But then you're still stuck on Kamoshida.
Fuck you.
All right, so
you
next
haven't
one.
beat him yet?
You know how far my HDMI cable reaches? Look, there's the fucking computer, there's my Xbox, and miles
All right,
away.
boy. Just making excuses now.
Oh yeah, you're right.
If you
because
really
I played Bloodborne.
exactly.
You
can
not to
make
mention Destiny.
You can make it work.
But Destiny's on the Xbox. I mean, Bloodborne. I'd fucking connect my HDMI.
You are still stuck with Kamoshida. That is just. I'm ashamed of you.
Shame on you.
Shame.
What
Alright,
would
guys, bring the
Kokoro
salt.
say?
Bring the salt.
All right, so here's a little bit here. Yeah. So Boss Key. Yeah, here I'm about to throw salt on this devil.
Oh.
Cliffy B.
Who?
So
Hey, I like Cliffy B.
I don't like
Well,
Cliffy B.
Not his studio, but Cliffy B.
No, I don't like him at all. He's a fucking dickhead. He's ignorant. He acts like he's the smartest guy in the world. He knows what's best for everything.
I'm sorry. Who's
He lies.
Cliffy B?
So
Gears guy.
He was the guy who made Gears of War
Oh.
many
God
years
of
ago.
War, I think.
No, not God of War.
I thought he made God of War.
He might have assisted, but he was definitely not the creator. But
Okay.
anyways, his studio, Boss Key Games, is shut down. They're no more. So after the horrendous game that was Lawbreakers, and
Anthem?
then after trying to
No, not Anthem.
and then after trying to double down on the battle royale with Radical Heights, they got axed. They have nothing else. They're shutting down, and I'm happy because he needs to really take a step back, stop trying to fucking
Catch on the trend.
ask publishers for $100 million to make the biggest gaming franchise in the world, and just make smaller games that he can actually manage and do something more creative with than copying the biggest trends in the industry.
So he basically, I hate to say this, but he was trying to get more than he could provide.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, okay, so Overwatch comes out, he tries to make Lawbreakers, which is a copy paste of Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
It fails hard. We got PUBG and Fortnite that are the biggest things now. He tries to come out with Radical Heights, which is just copy paste. It fails, and he doesn't get enough money.
I thought he was gonna do Anthem.
No, he didn't have anything to do with Anthem.
Okay, because I heard he was gonna do a Destiny clone. Unless that was
Anthem was a different company,
Okay.
I'm certain.
At this point, I don't fucking know.
But anyways, yeah.
They play the same.
Pretty much, yeah. Everyone's trying to copy each other. No one's creative, which is why I play more indie games and Japanese games than anything nowadays.
Indie and Japanese, or indie then Japanese?
Indie and Japanese.
Okay, there we go.
So, another thing here, I mentioned this to you, but Mila Jovovich
Don't you say it.
to
Don't
star
you finish that sentence.
in a live action
Don't you?
Monster Hunter
Fuck.
movie.
I don't want to believe it.
And this is actually being directed by the same guy who made the Resident Evil movies,
This is not.
which Mila Jovovich was also in, which were terrible.
If anything, he does these movies so he can have his.
I mean, it's his wife.
It's his wife. He can have his wife be a
and he's
star.
like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw my wife in, have her show her tits, and then we're good.
She's cute.
She is cute. She's a model. She's good looking and everything.
Yeah.
But the movies are never good. And a Monster Hunter movie.
The first one I liked, but it was nothing like the.
I enjoyed it, but it was a bad movie. But I enjoyed it.
It was a bad movie adapted from. I mean, it was a bad adaptation.
Absolutely,
but it was an enjoyable one compared to 2, 3, 4, and the most recent one I've ever seen was 5.
Yeah, those are all just awful.
I laughed so hard at the 5th one when it turns out that Wesker. I didn't know Wesker was in the 4th one, but in the 5th one.
Oh yeah.
His rebel base to defeat Umbrella Corp is in the freaking Oval Office of the president, and I'm just like, motherfucker, fucking President Wesker. All right, man, he's gonna save us all. And I'm just like, oh god, this movie's bad. And this is, I talk about Resident Evil with one of my friends, and I told her that because she hasn't watched any of the Resident Evil movies past 2.
Right.
And she's just laughing her ass off because she's like, oh god, so it's doing its own thing. She's like, yeah, it's not related to the games.
Right.
They'll have the Plagas, they'll have this, but nah, it's not related.
Yeah. So,
Mila Jovovich. Monster Hunter.
That's it.
Live action.
That's all you gotta know. Look out for that in the next few years.
I'm not happy about that.
Or don't look out for it. Just avoid it. Whatever you want to do.
Hey, I'll probably watch that then fucking solo.
So next on the list, kind of an interesting one. The Supreme Court ruled that the federal ban on sports betting is unconstitutional. So now states are now allowed to pass, laws to legalize betting on sports, including esports. Right? Yeah, they can kind of do it at their discretion, which I'm sure some states will.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. They're gonna fucking ride that shit for
even
money.
The esports community.
Yeah, and this applies to esports too, which is interesting. Where doing large scale betting on esports and stuff will be a legal thing, at the very least in Nevada, but possibly in other states too.
Or just a common thing for anyone who's at a local bar.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Just depending on where you are, but it's kind of an interesting thing where
they don't regulate small bets. Yeah, you could get in trouble for it.
Yeah, you could side bet like in a fucking tournament. I've done that at tournaments before, Smash tournaments and shit. But
an actual
large scale
they work with the fucking organization.
Yeah.
Allow this.
Right. Yeah.
Just think of it like those what do you call them? Those horse.
Horse betting and stuff like that for races.
Hey, that's a sport.
I know there's some kind of loopholes with that.
Yeah, it's a sport, but it's like restricted. You don't see it normally outside those kinds of things.
Outside like Kentucky and stuff. There's loopholes where that works, but now you're gonna see it in more things. You could see that, now in like football, basketball, like in an organizational level. So
and eventually, at this pace, we might see like official gambling within like video game tournaments, like within.
I'm okay with this.
League of Legends, Overwatch, whatever the fuck is big at the time, but.
If you're gonna say anything about Overwatch, besides the ones that you have right now,
I'm about to say stuff about Overwatch.
Don't worry, I'll join you in on that.
All right, so.
All right. No, let me say this.
Yeah, finish up.
You have to be 18 plus or 21 plus.
They haven't. Well, it's based on what states are going to allow legal. So it's going to be a state.
But definitely 18 plus.
I'm sure it's going to be 18 plus at least, but it's going to depend on the state. So some states may say 21
middle
plus.
School is fucking bad.
Yeah, states are going to at least be 18 plus, but maybe some will do 21 plus. Like maybe if California takes it, they might do 21 plus. But it's all based on the states, but you think about that, it's lucrative for them for having to be able to tax bets and stuff like that. And
yeah,
a lot of states are gonna want to do that kind of stuff. So
I'm not happy with it, but I'm happy that they're gonna allow the adult public to actually do this. Then yes, adults should be more responsible for their money. But if it's younglings, it's partly on them, but mostly on the parents.
Right. But yeah,
I've had enough of that shit.
Yeah, it's based on the states though, so we'll see. This is going to take years to kind of trickle down, anyways. So we'll see what happens in the future with what goes on with that.
So what's next on the news?
So I'll mention Doki Doki
Literature Club.
No, Doki Doki Little Oya-san is getting a hentai adaptation. If you don't know what that is, it's a 3D hentai game, and it's an amazing one. So Oya-san means a landlord, and so this girl's a little lolly and landlord.
Adult lolly
landlord.
Okay, I'm okay with this.
And luckily, it's getting this something that's not adapted by Queen Bee and actually getting adapted by Collaboration Works, a top tier studio. And so something I actually like is getting a good studio adaptation.
So a game is getting an adaptation, not a visual novel?
Yeah, it's a 3D hentai game. It's not really a visual novel now.
Okay, but so usually visual novels and doujins, not doujins, but original kind of like adult comics get a hentai animation.
Yeah, it's not even really a comic. It's literally just like a porn game in its fullest sense, where there's barely any story, and there's barely anything that as far as like story wise. But I liked it a lot, and it's actually getting not cucked by Queen Bee. So just wanted to rejoice in that fact.
Get your victory out of Queen Bee.
Exactly.
All right.
And so I'll mention now Blizzard. So
let me get my new segment.
Blizzard Overwatch. The Overwatch whatever.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kaplan from Overwatch.
Fucking Jeff Kaplan, man. What an up and down guy. Especially because I've been playing WoW. I played WoW since the beginning, and seen Jeff Kaplan go through all these phases and stuff. But anyways, so I mean, the Overwatch League shit is just ridiculous. As far as
I agree with you there.
What they want to like make the league into and what they want to enforce. So I mean, just last week. So one thing. They banned contenders from Philadelphia University. Their team name was Fusion, and they had FU on their jerseys, and so they banned their jerseys.
Yeah.
Just something really simple like that. They banned the word climax from...
FU isn't even technically a bad word.
It's not, exactly, and it was just on their jersey.
The thing is, it can easily be used as material to complain about.
And all they have to do for PR is just say, we're Team Foo.
Whatever they want to say, but...
If they made it more technical or more scientific sounding, or if they just literally just said fusion up, or
PHU, right? Foo?
Something like that, but yeah, they banned...
It's like they would have no problem.
They banned the word climax, which is one of the person who's attending their event, a Korean attender, his tag is climax. And they said you can't have that name, and we're not gonna let climax be a word that's said on our cast or be in our chats, anything like that. And so he's gonna have to change his name, his tag, and stuff like that.
You know the word climax is a literary word.
Exactly.
Not a fucking sexual.
Shit like that.
It can be.
And then
that's it. You just answered your own question.
No, it can be, but that's the ridiculous thing.
But it can be.
Okay. It can be by terrible fucking erotica writers.
Or censorship groups.
I mean, that's what Blizzard's trying to do. They're trying to be this big censorship group, and they're trying to make this... I don't really know what they're trying to do.
Be serious with the Overwatch.
But the thing is, it's like they're being so overly about it that it's coming across as fake. It's coming across as... like it's for the cast is for like 8-year-olds or something. I don't really understand what they're going for in their audience.
I don't know.
And this is just a few things that they banned just in the past week. I mean, they've been doing things for the past few months with banning players for disorderly conduct for like things they said on Twitter or whatever,
having their bare feet on the fucking Overwatch ground. Yeah,
exactly. Shit like that, like just the most mundane shit that no one else would care about ever, but it's just Blizzard, and they're trying to be the...
There's a double standard there. I don't really want to get into it. We could probably make it a main topic in some other future, but I don't like where Overwatch League is going, and I haven't paid attention to it.
Exactly, and there's so many better or esports, leagues.
League is totally better.
I'm just saying, just esports, just organizations and games in general. If you want to watch stuff like that, fuck Overwatch League, because Blizzard. Go watch anything else, and they're probably better. Pretty much. Go watch League. Go watch Smash. Go watch something else.
Go watch Here the Newers or
even that. Yeah.
Too. Yeah. Just watch some of that.
Fucking watch Counter-Strike, because Counter-Strike is actually fairly interesting. Watch any of these other ones, but fuck Blizzard. Even if you like Overwatch, don't give them the respect of your view. Just either play Overwatch or watch some other esport.
Are you condoning me to play Overwatch?
I'm saying I would rather you played Overwatch than watch Overwatch League.
Okay, I'll take that at heart, because I believe that too.
All right.
Anything else on the news for you?
So one last thing that's just happened in the past day was that adult games on Steam have been threatened with being removed for pornographic content, in quotes. And this affects like a ton of companies. So this affects like Honey Pop Studio, this Manga Gamer, the Sono Hanabiri Studio.
Faku's not on there, unfortunately.
Faku doesn't have any published games on Steam, as far as I know. But there's been a bunch of things like that. There's been at least 10 studios that have seen emails from Valve saying, your game is at risk of being removed from Steam due to pornographic content, And actually, I will say though, just in the past 3 hours ago from right now,
a few other games have gone to shaft.
No, they actually, all these studios did receive an email back saying, it's not they're out of the woods, but they said, oh, we're gonna review, disregard our last email. We're gonna review the content and see what's going on or whatever, something like that. So maybe it's not so bad, but we'll kind of see. But
right.
It's just kind of ridiculous that there's this weird double standard where, just anime games, lewd anime games on Steam are getting hit with these kind of emails and stuff like that, and no other pornographic games like Rockstar with Grand Theft Auto 5, which has prostitution, full nudity.
All right.
No, there is full nudity in them.
Not anymore. I mean, after they
Grand Theft Auto 5, there's full nudity with prostitutes. Witcher 3, there's full nudity
Witcher, I agree
with full animated pornographic scenes.
I haven't played any Grand Theft Auto besides Vice City.
But it's just anime games that are getting hit with this because there's all kinds of other,
Alright, so I'll defend you. I'm not even going to defend Valve on this, besides the fact they have a right to kind of take these down. It is a double standard, but they have a right to take them down if they're the ones that are publishing, more or less putting it on their platform. They have the right to take it down if they want to, and that's bad on.
Certainly, and that's only because the problem is that there's these vague rules that says you cannot have pornographic content in your games, and that's all it says. And even though Manga Gamer, a representative from Manga Gamer went to Valve, talked to them in person saying, okay, what can we put in the games? Is this allowed? Is this allowed? And then they released the game on Steam following the guidelines to the T, and they still get hit with this kind of... I
thought they only put a few non-H games, because
they put a few non-H games, and then one of them got hit. I can't remember the name, but if you look on Manga Gamer's Twitter, you can see that they were talking about one of their games at risk of removal.
Yeah, alright, so I'll explain it this way, because the only way I see it is, it's because of these patches, like the Honey Pot patch. There's a few other ones for the
but there are some games with actually no patches in them as well.
I have not seen any of those, so...
Go look at Mutiny. No patch exists.
I don't know.
No patch exists for lewd, and that's the whole thing. It's like, there's some games that are still getting hit with this, with no patch, anything.
Alright, and don't get me wrong. I'm not playing devil's advocate for Steam, but the reason they're doing this is because Steam HQ is located in Canada. And Canada right now is undergoing this political...
But it is it's an American company.
No,
Steam is an American company.
Steam HQ is in Canada. You can look it up.
All right, I'll check on that. But it's an American company.
It's an American company, but their HQ is in Canada right now. For Steam, not Valve.
But actually, fuck Canada.
Canada's going through these political things, and instead of getting risking for these things, they're doing these changes so that they could continue doing their more or less their platform and all this stuff. And it's sad that they have to do a nuke instead of a fucking precision, I'd say, scalpel on these certain games.
Oh yeah, they're nuking, and it's anime games only.
Yeah.
And because that's the market that they're not going to see a big profit loss from. If they hit the big ones like Grand Theft Auto and Witcher, they'd see more profit loss, but they're going to keep those and just try to hit the ones that they don't get hurt from.
Now, this is where I will step down from this Valve/Steam thing. It'll be better for the companies. Now that this is happening, they've gotten a little bit more notoriety. They've been through Steam. They've gotten their titles out there. And now that they're getting shafted, more or less, they've gotten more attention on them. So people will know where to find these games. So they'll be getting continued revenue, I hope.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, it's a shame that if they do get removed, that is a big market. One of the biggest online game markets, period, is Steam.
The biggest.
Yeah.
Like, Microsoft is second compared to Steam.
Yeah, and they're tiny compared to Steam.
Okay, well, technically Sony's second. Because have you seen the fucking Xbox Marketplace? It's hot garbage.
So is Sony's, but anyways.
You've got PSN games, at least.
True. But yeah, their marketplace sucks dick. I'll have to complain about that another time. So, Edwin, do you have any news that you want to get into?
Well, on the subject of Steam announces a Steam Link application, which is it's more or less an application, or at least one of two, as I've heard, that will stream movies and Steam movies and Steam shows from your smart TV or I guess Chromecast kind of deal from your computer to your big TV, your smart TV, whatever, which is kind of nice if you're gonna watch that. But I'd say the biggest thing right now is they're gonna try to implement Steam games to be more or less streamable. So you'd be able to stream your games from your computer or your Steam account to your smart TV as long as you have the internet connection to manage it. So you'd be able to play with a bare bones setup, play a video game that's maybe, I'd say at least 2010, 2014 maybe, in quality maybe. Which is nice because you get your RTSs like Dawn of War, you get your, I mean just to make it a little reference for you, David, I guess.
No, that's fine.
You get your Call of Duty, you get your shooters, you get your puzzles. So it'd be nice if Steam does this streaming game service thing, which would be interesting. No words on the games front, but they'll definitely have Steam shows and Steam movies streamable from the bare bones setup or your fucking smart TV or your Chromecast.
Did you know that Steam can actually play your music?
I
didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, they can.
It's weird.
What do you mean when you say play your music?
They actually have a media player for music.
Oh, what kind of music do they play?
Any music that's in your computer. And I didn't know that. And that already works.
PC, right?
Yeah.
Does it work with iTunes? Because iTunes kind of gets a little buggier.
I don't use it.
As long as it's on your computer, any music that's on your computer, like MP3s.
MP3s.
Yeah, they can play it, and I didn't know that. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about a few other ones, but I mean, yeah, I know that they did have the music player. They just never really used it, or ever.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe in the future they'd probably make Steam games streamable. That'd be more interesting to me.
Right.
All right. Hideki Kamiya announces a new game in the works that'll probably flip the action genre, in his words, and I'm scared because he kind of hasn't announced a game, and
his games are shit.
Nah, we got Bayonetta out of it.
Just Bayonetta 1, but Bayonetta 2 is
Bayonetta
better.
1, 2.
He didn't work on 2.
He helped on it.
No, he didn't.
You're kidding me.
Look at his Twitter.
Then he made Bayonetta 1, and it was a great game.
It's true. It is actually a good game, but
I felt Bayonetta 2's story wasn't that great. But if you're saying he didn't have a hand in it, then yeah, it's kind of a poor game. But I really did like Bayonetta 1. I played the shit out of it. And this is the guy that made Devil May Cry. Mind you, I only played Devil May Cry 4. So
that one is okay, but I think 3 is probably the best. The best.
Yeah. So people have told me, because he, if anything, he did work on Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
And maybe he worked on Resident Evil 5 just to like be the action designer kind of thing. But
I will say I don't like 5, but I do like 4. Even though they've got similar engines, but there's a few minute differences that really make the difference. But I don't know what hand he had.
4 has more of a horror element to it.
It does, yeah, and 5 doesn't.
And that's what's keeping me stuck in Resident Evil 4 because I'm at the regenerator part. I fucking hate those guys, so I can't deal with them.
I was gonna say unless in 5 that you're scared of Mexicans.
You mean fucking African Americans? Blacks? No, they're not even African Americans. My bad. Africans. If you're afraid of Africans.
I know. Yeah, 5 was the Africans. 6 was the Mexicans. That's the one. Or they're in fucking Mexico and they've got Mexican zombies.
You mean where they crawl on their asses? You can literally get through the game by like dog. You know that moment where your dog fucking wipes his butt and he's like crawling? Yeah, you can do that in the game.
Nice.
Technically, just like play the entire game like that. But I mean, it's just like, that game.
But anyways, I don't know what hand Hideki had in all those games, but I like various things from certain of those. But I know the biggest games that he had a hand in were Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, and Wonderful 101.
Yeah, I didn't hear about Wonderful 101, but Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, he did help for 4, and probably did the directing for 5. I'm not sure. But I like his work so far, and I'm kind of worried because he hasn't really done much.
Not in a while.
Nier. I don't think he helped in Nier.
He didn't touch Nier at all now. He didn't have any
But
hand
his
in that.
studios did, though.
His studio did, but yeah, he was off doing whatever.
Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit better before I get to the worst. So, Ajit Pai. We love him, we hate him. By we love memeing him, and we hate him because we hate him. But so far, net neutrality is still going until, I think I heard June 12th. June 11th, June 12th.
What happens then?
It'll probably get a full implementation. But the reason it's being postponed right now is because they're trying to lobby to get states to more or less, state representatives to be on board the whole net neutrality thing. So it's just, we're the FCC, we put these guidelines on, but if the main public doesn't like it, we could get overvoted. You know, we could be overturned easily. So they're trying to lobby for time right now, and depending on what's going to happen is the public, it could either go
if there's a public
yes
vote,
no.
then I feel like it's gonna.
Well, you see,
it's gonna stay.
The public will vote for these people in this coming election.
That's true. Yeah.
So
and
yeah,
frankly, not to sound too political, but considering how most Republicans have been losing their seats to Democrats in several Republican areas, it kind of shows that they're going to be a lot more cautious about what they're going to say and do.
I actually, on that note, a lot of Democrats have been on board the net neutrality train, like they want to defend it, and now Republicans are going to get in on that because, well, they didn't. Technically, most Republicans don't understand the internet.
Yeah.
I just
that or a few of them are getting paid by what's his face.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when most people hear what it is in general terms, they go, "Yeah, I want net neutrality."
Yeah, it makes sense. Net neutrality is going to make good changes on other. No. Once they hear not to cut you off, Dave, but once they hear the public vote, and since it's really, we're almost 2 years of Trump right now, almost 2 years. Once we get to the second term election for more or less the House, people are really going to scramble for the public vote, and that might save or might.
That's true. Yeah.
Might save net neutrality, or it might not do anything.
It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens with that.
I'm just saying that, like, they're just trying to do a cool down thing right now. So net neutrality is still alive, but you better start saving your games, your honey pops, your adult videos.
I mean, that's why I've got 6 terabytes of porn on my hard drive, man. I'm ready.
You're gonna have to send me some my way. Anyways.
Or just buy the hard copy of it.
I'm ready for the.
I don't have that much space, man.
I'm ready for the apocalypse.
Alright, so let's get down on the thing. So Monster Hunter Worlds is gonna come out with the Kulv Taras raid. I was gonna say the Street Fighter thing, but I already announced that. I already played it. I have it. There's a Street Fighter Sakura skin out right now.
Thanks for beta testing it for us PC players.
Yeah, no worries, man. Trust me. You're gonna be way
I'll be enjoying
behind.
it.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Catch up. I'll catch up.
I'll help you catch up.
You're just beta testing it, and I'll get the best version.
Yeah, you'll get the best version, but I'll still be higher level than you. In both.
Because
I know the strats.
You'll know. But I'm better, so.
No, you're not. Well, I will have it anyway. So.
Alright, anyways.
We'll be equal, but I'll be better. Alright, so Kulv Taras is going to be coming out probably sometime. Actually, I did hear it was postponed, but it was going to come out literally next week. So around the 22nd or 24th. But it got delayed, so probably I'd say June. I'd say sometime early June or middle of June. And it's a really interesting raid. Maybe a little sip. It's a really interesting raid, and I really enjoyed it. I need more of my gold weapons, because the standard weapons that I get for elements are shit compared to the gold ones. They're just 100 damage more.
Yeah.
And I guess in Overwatch news, Overwatch is doing this promotion for Breast Cancer Awareness Research Foundation.
By giving Mercy a new skin.
A new skin and Twitch streamers, if you watch Twitch for certain hours, you get these sprays for Mercy. And when this came out, I was just like really interested in it because I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I like the skin, and you know, I like the implementation that you don't have to buy the skin to promote and give to the cause of breast cancer awareness. Mm-hmm. We're gonna give you these sprays that if you watch for 2 hours, you get these certain ones. If you watch for 4 hours, you get these certain ones. If you watch for 6 hours, you get these certain ones. So you'll get them all if you watch 6 hours of certain Twitch streamers that are promoted. And I really like that. I already got my sprays. I don't care about everyone else. I got mine. I'm sorry, guys. I love y'all. But what I really like is the skin. It's really cute, and there's a little controversy over it because you know, people are like, yeah, we can't farm it or anything. We're upset. It's not, you know, that it's this way and all this stuff. And I think it's silly because 100% of the proceeds for the Mercy skin is going to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to buy the skin, but if you do, you're donating to a charity. You're donating to a charity, and you're getting something great. Right. And I want Blizzard to probably continue this trend for certain, you know,
things.
You know, like there's certain freaking like what are they called again? Charities? Charities?
Oh, there's hundreds.
There's a lot, but certain ones really do give their best, and like, you know, one of these days, I'd like to see a few other ones that are definitely 100% really great, like the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and I'll give them points for that. But
I'll give Blizzard points for that, even though I will shit on them for everything else. That's at least one good thing.
I hate what they're doing, especially with the whole teabagging thing. You can't teabag a person.
I hate Blizzard for so many things for the past few years. For every single game they come out with, Heroes, WoW, Overwatch, everything.
You know, it's just they used to be such a fun company that didn't care about this stuff. Like,
they used to even promote that stuff. I mean, you got one of the biggest moderators who used to be around on their in their company for the longest time was Tiggle, and you know what Tiggle stood for? Tiggle Bitties, as in big old titties.
Tiggle Bitty. Well, Tiggle Bitty sounds better.
Yeah, exactly. Tiggle. So his name was Tiggle, as in, you know, Tiggle Bitties, and like shit like that. You know, it's like they didn't care about that stuff. It's like that was their whole thing. They were gamers. They had a funny sense of humor and stuff, and
they got the memes. They got the jokes, and now they lost that.
Right. All those people are gone now. You know, even Chris Metzen. All those people, you know, like it's, you know, it's a different company than it used to be.
You know, on that note of different companies, you know what is also a different company since basically after Halo Reach?
Oh yeah, Blizzard, or Bungie.
There you go.
Absolutely. Actually, I think after Halo 3, it was changed once 343 Studios started to 343
Studios. Okay, Halo 3 came out, and 343 wanted to do this. Okay. In the middle, I'd say 343 did a lot for Halo ODST and Halo Reach. Mm-hmm. They had a fun way to make the game still be Bungie, but still implement a little bit more story
Call of Duty.
Lore. I wouldn't care about that.
I mean, that's...
If you want to put it that way, fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're wrong.
But I'm right, because that's what they do.
Nowadays. But, you see, Bungie put their foot down on certain things, and now they just can't. Because they're under Activision. And on that subject...
Activision, ooh.
Yeah, on that subject, which is a worse company than EA.
Yeah.
Except EA has gotten more publicity right now.
I mean, Activision, EA, they're one and the same, so...
They're both cancerous, except one's getting away with it, and the other's literally like, yeah, we gotta be careful with what we do right now. Alright, so, on that note, Bungie devs apologize for letting players down again for the recent DLC, Warmind. Like,
I mean, you said you were disappointed with it, right?
I was disappointed with the story. Now, the reason I was disappointed with the story is, well, I got the season pass, so I'm not spending $20 for the DLC, but I'm expecting $20 worth of a DLC,
sure.
You know? So, what I got was probably 3 or 4 hours worth of DLC, and which was really lackluster. The reason it was 3 or 4 hours was because I had to be a certain light level, and it increases the cap from 20, and Christopher Cyrus increased the level cap to 25. Then this one increases it to 30. That's nothing compared to light level. Light level just continues on and on. It could continue forever almost.
Right.
But my light level's 340 when I started, and it went to 344 at the end of the campaign because it's really hard to fucking increase your light level.
They didn't make some new ways to increase your light level faster?
There are other ways. I mean, you could do what a lot of the people tell you to do. Get eliminated engrams to your certain level. Hoard those for a little bit until you almost max out and just put your best gear on. Pop one open, increase one of yours, pop the next one. There's that. Make a new character. Put all your items from your old character to that character. And at a certain level, probably 20. Because I did it. I started fresh, and around 26 was when I could use the current gear I was using. So I just kind of cheated without beating the main story to get to level 26. Got my gear on, got my my fucking Gatling gun is my baby. So I finally got to use that shit. And I shredded through whatever was left of the new campaign. But that's not related to Warmind because I have to play on the new character. So I have to go to these lengths, which I have, for at least completing the main campaign on a new character to get 3 more light levels. I am light level 247.
Okay.
And this is the past 2 days. So it's affected me negatively already. And it's such a lackluster campaign. So Bungie has let people down. And it's let me down because I put so much effort to try to kind of be up there so I can enjoy this content, which you have to be 270 for. 284. I mean, 370, 380. It's ridiculous. It's tough. And they could do things to fix it. Bring back 6v6, and here's a double whammy. If you thought Destiny was bad, it gets even worse for people on PC and Xbox One because PS4 has an exclusive raid with Sony. So
not surprised.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Bring that raid to every other console. Maybe give them a month's path for them to have that raid, and then bring it to everywhere else. But if it's gonna be solely exclusive for them, fuck you.
Yeah.
This game is really terrible for that, and that would have probably helped me in thinking that this might have been a little bit $20.
Yeah, it just makes anyone else who bought the game feel really bad. They go,
yeah,
I can't get this content because I don't have a fucking PS4 or I didn't buy it on PS4 or
I'm
whatever.
not gonna buy the PS4 game just to play this. So
yeah,
no.
It feels bad. Really bad.
So yeah, bring back 6v6 because I love the chaos. People fucking left their camping spots. And I love 6v6. But bring this raid to everywhere else and you can fix it.
Yeah.
And that ends my news.
Alright, bring it in here for the next topic.
Alright, Sean, would you like to explain what this next topic is?
So in light of Mother's Day last weekend, we're having a little section about MILFs. So just a short one just to talk about and give some attention to some of our favorite MILFs.
To explain what MILFs are, basically if you're familiar, it's just basically older women that are very attractive that have a motherly look or attitude or feel to them.
Yeah, or they even are mothers in general.
Or usually single or widows or divorced.
Yeah, in general, they're moms, so sometimes they can still be married, sometimes single, but they've got that motherly instinct or feel to them. So we'll just talk about a couple of our favorite MILFs from anime, and maybe a few from some doujinshi or whatever. So I'll go ahead and go first here. So a couple I'll say are my favorites. So we've got Iris Veal from Fate Zero.
Or from the Fate series in general.
Yeah, just from Fate.
If you're familiar with Fate Zero, you know her. If not, if you remember Ilya from the Fate Stay Night series, she is Ilya's mother. And she's has pretty much a fun, like cheerful personality.
Right.
So it's no surprise that you would go ahead and recommend her or choose her as one of you.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's got a nice personality. You know, she's got that kind of albino look with the red eyes, white hair.
Which show?
Iris Veal from Fate.
Oh, we're talking about her.
Uh-huh. What do you think about her?
Well, she let her husband fucking go sleep around with other women, so she's got a plus in my book.
Yeah.
That's a fucking negative thing. I don't like her.
Alright, fair enough.
She's cute, but that's it. She gave me the best lolly ever, but that's it.
Exactly. We can give her props for that.
Just for that.
Alright, so another one I like a lot, Mimitoa from the Dimpa series. Psychoelectric Girl and
Railgun Girl.
Not Railgun.
No. The one where it's like this cousin moves in and this girl with the blue hair in the mattress.
Yeah, it's.
I have a figure around here somewhere.
Yeah, the girl who wraps herself in the mattress and everything.
Oh, I know.
She thinks she's an alien. She's cute.
Yeah, but the mom, she's hot.
Cute.
She's fun.
She kind of teases him a little because
a little bit.
He's like, you're kind of weird. Yeah. Would you like to do this stuff? What? I'm just joking.
Yeah. She's got this kind of quirky personality. She's fun. She's got that mom bod, hot mom bod.
Yes, she does. She looks really great in office uniform.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I haven't finished it. I'm like a few episodes away from finishing it, ages ago. So I gotta finish it.
It's a good series. In general, I actually do like the anime quite a lot, and then she's just a bonus.
It's well done.
It is. It is. It's very interesting. It's definitely a unique one, as far as like a kind of slice of life, sort of drama-ish series.
Was that KyoAni? No, it wasn't KyoAni.
No.
I think it was A1.
Probably A1, if I had to recall. That was probably like 5 years ago that it came out.
Yeah, I'll look that up while you talk about it.
So, anyways, it's a good series. Check it out. And I'll go into my next MILF here while he looks at what studio did Denpa Onna. Yasuko, I know you like this one too, from Toradora.
Yeah, definitely.
So the main character's mom. She works as a bartender at night. You know, works hard. You know, single mom. She loves Taiga. She introduces him. You know, she feels like she's already part of the family.
Yeah.
Right at the bat. You know.
This one, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Wants to get her and her son together. Just a good mom, you know, looking out for her son.
Shaft.
Oh, that's right. It was Shaft. Denpa Onna.
No wonder it was great.
Now I remember. Yeah, that was Shaft, huh?
Yeah.
It's been so long.
So Toradora, though, I agree. She's one of the top tier MILFs right now for me. Cause you know, she liked Taiga. You know, not that many mom's characters like. You know, there are mom characters that are like, oh, you brought a girl home? That's great! You know, I'm proud of you, doing all this stuff kind of jokes. But they weren't the first. She was.
Yeah.
She was the one to be like oh my god, she brought a girl home. I'm gonna support them more or less. It'd be the mom's thing. And like, she's got the adult kind of thing going on for her, where she works at a girly club kind of thing. Where
yeah.
She's a hostess. So yeah, I really like that. Plus, like, one of the episodes was where like she has the student council president with him. He's being loud and like she's trying to sleep. She fucking barges in with there, fucking as a meth. Brings up money and just looks to the door. And it's just like no words had to be spoken. You need to get the fuck out of there. And like, yep, she's the best. She's the best. And yeah, Taiga Toradora was really great. And what's her name again? Just remember as Taiga Mom.
Yasuko
was the last
I forgot the last name of them.
It's been a while since I've seen the show.
Same. That was probably like 8 years ago, some shit. So it's been a while.
Didn't they come out with a second season?
No.
Are you sure? Oh,
Positive.
I'm sure. I know. I mean, like.
I think you're drunk.
Yeah, I am drunk, but I remember some. Fuck you. All right, I'm gonna have to look this up. Otherwise, I'm in a different world line.
Maybe maybe there was a novel or some shit, but there was no official anime.
Maybe OVA.
Extra season, but possibly. And then the last MILF I want to give shoutouts to is Junko Madoka. Yeah, from Madoka Magica. So the mom, she works hard, you know. She comes home, drinks hard. She loves her daughter. She supports her to the fullest.
She supports her family.
She does. She supports the family completely. And
no offense to the dad. Yeah, the dad's great because he's a stay-at-home dad. He's doing everything for his family as he can. I don't know what his job is, but the mom, she's got the bills paid.
And she even on the night of Walpurgis, you know, she comes, she talks to Madoka, gives her the last talk, you know, and she supports her daughter because Madoka says, you know, there's something I got to do, and she says, you know, go for it. She supports her. I like that.
To be honest, if she knew her daughter was gonna die and disappear,
it's not really dying. It's more like rebirth.
But to save the world.
To save the world. Okay, if she heard that stuff, she'd have smacked her daughter silly.
Probably.
But, yeah.
But she still would have let her do it, I think. Even though she would have smacked her silly.
She would have. I mean, I don't think she could have stopped her.
Probably not.
She would have done it. But the thing is, Madoka never told her fully.
But then, if
what
you
the thing is, everything that was happening was so crazy within the span of a few days.
Yeah,
it's like kids at that age are not really sure if they could really bring it up.
Right.
I mean, remember when we were at that age? There were things that were happening that we didn't tell our parents because we didn't really know how to bring it up.
And
when you're like 15, 16, whatever she was.
And then, like when we did tell them, they weren't really the best help at all.
All right, so. When your daughter's telling you, let's say you're the mom, that she's a magical girl, she has to go out there in a very terrible fucking hurricane-esque storm. I don't even know what the rating was, but it's pretty high up there. And she has to save the world. You ain't gonna think she's crazy?
Well, that's the thing. You're not gonna believe that she's a magical girl, but you will believe that she's probably gonna go out there to save someone.
I would support her, man. My daughter, you know, I'd be like, you know what?
I
love you.
But you're missing the fact that Madoka was technically leaving out parts of the truth.
Yes.
Which is why she got her consent. But anyways...
Because it was so absurd and crazy that...
No one would believe her.
Right.
Yes.
But if she knew, she wouldn't have condoned it.
It's like,
maybe.
If she believed it.
There's no way to know for certain, but...
I know.
I feel like she would have.
I don't. But... she's a great mom.
Alright, David, do you have any good moms from anime you want
that's a hard one to answer,
mention?
Actually. I can't think of anything.
We've mentioned a few.
I know. And those ones were the ones I would probably have thought of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, most are very unexplored in anime. I mean, most of the time you just get, you know, parentless kids and stuff like that.
Or, you know, like parents that are disappearing for various reasons. Like, they're busy with work, they're overseas... They're diplomats.
Right.
They're the heads of companies. They're like police officers. They're investigators.
So
or they're not there.
Or they're just not there. Period. Yeah. For whatever reason. Dead. Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, not even Ash Ketchum's mom.
Actually, she's actually pretty good. I forgot about her. We got Pokemon. You know.
The original MILF.
She's a solid one for sure. She's got this. You know, she's strong. You know, independent woman.
Lets her fucking kid go out in the world.
When he's 14, he turns, what, 13 or 10. 14? Oh, no, it is younger, huh? It's like 10?
10. Well, technically, it's going off Japanese culture, where most of the kids, early on, basically, at least in Japanese culture, they're taught to be responsible and, like...
Honestly, in Japan,
independent.
You find elementary school kids going on the train by themselves, like, 6 years old, 7 years old. Like, it's not that uncommon, honestly.
But it's still strange for people outside the country.
Yeah, outside of us. When I saw that, I was like, "Is this kid really just by themselves?"
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was I thought it was a plot point, but later on, I ended up finding out no, it's just a culture thing.
Yeah,
like, they're taught to be more responsible and independent.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But that's a good one. Good mention. You got any others, Edwin?
Easy. we'll start from the worst to best.
All right, go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna have to put Madoka's mom. I like her. Mm-hmm. She's really great. If anything, don't get me wrong. Ash Ketchum is fourth. Ash Ketchum's mom is fourth. Madoka's mom is what's her name again?
Junko.
Junko is definitely third because she loves alcohol, and by that, like, she makes the best quotes for me in alcohol. It's like, alcohol has been with us for thousands of years, the human race. It's like an old friend. And how can I say no to an old friend?
Yeah, I can't abandon a friend.
I can't abandon a friend. And I'm just like, I love that meme. But she's great, and like, I just really like all she represents is great to me. Like, I really like that, and I find that appealing. Mm-hmm. But going up that is what was the mom's name from Toradora?
So Yasuko.
Sorry.
Yeah, Yasuko.
Yasuko from Toradora is definitely second because I'm a big fan of someone who really does everything to like try to make her son like basically provide for her son, do everything, be the mother and father character. Mm-hmm. And like, whereas Madoka's mom she had a full family. This one didn't. And
right.
It hits me a notch because it's pretty relatable to me. Mm. And like, yeah, like what made it really great is she works at a hostess club, so she's doing something that's kind of looked down upon in society to try to provide for her son. Right. Make sure he goes to a great school, make sure he has food, make sure he has the expenses, make sure he has his school uniform because, you know, they're not that poor to fucking afford one. Mm-hmm. And I know school uniforms are expensive to get sometimes.
Yeah.
So she does all that for him. And not to mention, she ran away when she was basically, when the main character was in her bun to, like, have this child. Mm-hmm. Have him. He was, like, the defining thing in her life, and it's great. Mm-hmm. I like it. And that development was really great, especially when she goes back home near the end of the season of Toradora. Now, the best one for me, which is I've got to say, it's definitely a unique one.
Is it the one up on the screen or a different one?
It's the one up on the screen. Yori Rinko from Gundam Build Fighters, where technically she isn't a full knit family, except the dad's out promoting Gundam modeling as a hobby / way of life kind of deal. And she's left with her son, Sei Yori. Mm-hmm. And she's a really great mom, you know, managing a business of being a hobby store shop in the middle of fucking nowhere district. You know, I'm enjoying it. But what made it great was the minute she saw a love interest pop up, she goes full on. No brakes. This train has no brakes. Mm-hmm. Go get the girl. Come on, man. Go get this girl. Go get this fucking girl. If you don't, I'll be disappointed in you. Kind of deal. Like, she approves, like, of her fucking, like, barely middle school-esque son getting this girl that he knew for most of his life. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of cute.
That reminds me of some sort of anime that I can't remember for the life of me, that some mother's like some sort of government agent or / assassin, and then she's like going to a parent-teachers conference where like the parents are coming over to the school for the day, and her team kind of needs her to go ahead and, you know, cover them while they try to take out this guy. And so she has to like get all these high-tech robots, machinery, while she's like at school looking at her son, you know, like doing his, you know, work and everything. While she's also like trying to operate the machines to make sure that they're shooting the guys.
How is she operating them? Like on a smartphone?
Remotely, I guess.
Smartphone, high-tech glasses to visually see what their camera is seeing, as well as high-tech remote controllers.
But she's still trying to be the PTA mom.
More or less, and she finds out that there is this girl talking to her son, and she's like saying, "Oh my god, I'm gonna brag about this to all my friends and put this on the news. I know you won't like this, but I'm so happy for you."
Alright, now. That's a little overboard.
Yeah,
but she'd probably be among the
this is
tier,
just like
the hierarchy, pantheon of MILFs.
Well, that's what your talking just reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. But the main reason I like Iori Rinko.
Yep.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Iori Rinko.
Iori Rinko. Rinko's her first name. Iori's the last. Yeah, I said it right. Alright, the reason I like her, Gunpla. She supports Gundam modeling. And I'm all game for that.
It's a Gundam series, so of course the people in there would love Gundam.
Plus,
it's like, it would be ironic if their characters hated Gundam.
Plus, she looks really great in those jeans, and she fills out...
In the sweater.
In the sweater, and she fills out really well. One of the, unfortunately it's Gundam Seed, but she fills out one of the commander uniforms, and it's just... I love it.
Alright, quick question. What outfit would you rather her wear?
This sweater and jeans.
I like the sweater jeans combo.
I was talking about from Gundam series, but okay.
Okay, if you're talking about Gundam series, fuck, it'd have to be it'd be neck and neck with the commander uniform, the captain uniform technically, because she's commanding a battleship, or the spacesuits, the tight-fitting spacesuits. But for her, sweater and jeans.
Yeah. All right.
And now we get to our next
we'll
little segment of it, right?
Next half segment here. So just mention any doujins that we like, maybe artists for MILFs that really just tie in some really good stuff with MILF themes or MILFs in general.
There's a few. I didn't get many, but
I'll start off with like a good artist you can take a look at of whose artwork is Nanao. That's a nice simple one for you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell that?
Nanao.
Okay.
Nanao. Okay.
Yeah, nice and simple.
And
yo, you want more?
Yes, I guess you're starting it off.
If you have any.
Yeah, you're starting it off.
Well, I guess let's see. Another one you could try is how about Otochichi?
Otochichi, okay, yeah. I know Otochichi. That's a good one.
So, definitely. Okay, alright. Can you explain what the story of Nanao is and what Otochichi is?
Nanao is just the name of the artist. The pen artist's name.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Otochichi is?
The name of the artist as well.
Same, yeah.
It's just so you can go ahead and see it, and if you don't want to see a MILF, there's other things that he did.
Okay, so it's just artists.
But
alright.
They draw some good MILFs.
Yeah. Like the.
Can you name any of them? I'm curious now.
Three-piece winter from Nanao.
I shall add that in.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess. Okay, I'll start that off.
Sure.
Give me a second to add in 3-piece winter.
Oh, here. I'll just do mine because mine are short. I don't have any specific ones, but I have some artists as well. So, Hiji, Hyji, does some really good, nice, thick MILFs. Everything he does is all MILF based. Usually with the son, mom and son stuff. So if you're into that, it is mostly the thing with MILF stuff. It's very common. No, because most of the time it's, at least with this artist, it's a single mom with living with the son, raising the son, that kind of thing. But he does some really good stuff. Mogiki Hayami, and this is a unique one. I've mentioned this artist before in the cast. I've shown you some of the stuff. He does MILFs amazingly. They're all beautiful, thick, does great, nice, clean art. But the MILFs may or may not have penises attached to them.
Oh boy, then no.
But it's always hidden. 90% of the scenes you don't even see it. But for some reason it's very alluring with the way he does it.
Okay, you're like this one person I used to know in high school, in art class. Well, okay, technically not in art class, but my social circle that technically drew hidden penises in his artwork. Like you'd have to literally look for a phallic shape to find it, because he'd hide it so well. It's just like, oh yeah, this is great of art. Because I was in the social circle with my friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you see anything else? No, I don't. Wait, do you put a penis in here? They're like, yeah, alright. And it became a scavenger hunt. Like a word's ochin-chin.
It's kind of like that, but yeah, he usually just doesn't even show it, and then maybe one scene you'll kind of see it poking, but his MILFs are the toppest of tiers, and I can't even. I'm not even a futa lover, but it doesn't even bother me, you know.
No, I'm not a fan of them, incest or futas, but I am a fan of a good MILF story.
So you can check them out, maybe. I mean, maybe it'll convert you. We'll see.
No, probably not.
All right.
If I see a penis, I don't like it. I don't like futas. Like
me neither, but that's the thing.
If it's comedy, I will probably enjoy it more. But if it's trying to be a serious thing, I can't.
All right. Then the last one is Sugiji. The absolute toppest tier MILFs that you've ever seen, period, in my opinion. I have not seen an artist that does MILFs better than him. Check him out. Sugi, S-U-G-I, and then space G. You'll find some good shit around there. Just take a look.
Alright, well...
But anyways.
My MILF, I can't even... For H, can't remember the name because it was from a visual novel that David showed me. I think he'll probably recognize it from the synopsis, but The Brief Princess's Mom from Princess Waltz.
What?
You heard me.
No, I didn't.
The Beast Princess Mom from Princess Waltz. Technically, your adopted mom, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like, alright, so...
Long story short, the protagonist was kidnapped as a baby, and he was raised by his kidnapper.
Yeah, and, actually, no, I thought it was given consensually.
No, it was actually that the MC was kidnapped as a baby, and the kidnapper, which is your adopted mother, was the one trying to murder you, but you kept regenerating while crying. Eventually, she realized what she was doing was bad, then she just decided to raise you in secret.
Oh, because you were technically a baby out of wedlock.
No, it was the other one that was born out of wedlock, I think.
No, you were born during the Princess Waltz. I mean, you were conceived during the Princess Waltz.
Yeah, probably, whatever, I don't remember the plot.
And then after Chris Northfield. Okay, besides the point of Princess Waltz, the reason I like her is she does all that, and she decides to raise you and protect you. And, like, she just ran away to do all the stuff while having your... Technically, I don't know if she already gave birth to your older sister, technically. But you of course, this being an H game, you fuck your older sister. So if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be able to fuck your older sister. Your Onessa. Alright, but, and now I don't condone that, but I appreciate that she did the link. She went to the link she did.
Well, don't worry, I condone it.
Alright, that's fine. She went to the link she did to protect both children. You know, give them a happy future before this whole scenario of the Princess Waltz happened. It's kind of a Stay Night-esque story kind of deal. Now, the next one is my favorite top H-MILF ever. And it's by Somishima. Hyaki Yako is the story, and it revolves more or less around a demon mom who, like, I guess had an offspring as a human, so, like, she's kind of, like, living in this, like, house with her son, and she's like, yo, you have to get a girl and, like, produce children. You're already at that age, come on, you gotta do something than play video games kind of deal. And this introduced me to the MILF genre of doujins. So, if it wasn't for this one, by Somishima, I wouldn't have gone down the treaded path of MILFs. And I really enjoyed it. Despite it being ancestral, it had a really great artwork that I just, like, did not care. Like, if the art's great, you don't care. That's not it. It's this one.
Okay.
It's X.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a visual novel. It's literally Somishima is the artist. So yeah, I'd say that's definitely my top pick for MILF. She's designed fucking well. Like, I kid you not. I like her design. It's really cute. Plus, like, she speaks in an old-fashioned dialect. Like, she speaks, what's his name? Fucking Shakespearean-esque. At least it's translated. So she speaks really ye oldie-fashioned. Like, dost thou, I like it. It's really cute. And she's my top pick. So,
All right.
That kind of finishes it for me, I guess.
All right. Then I guess that's it for our MILF section. So let's bring it into the last bit here.
Recommended.
So we'll give you guys some recommendations for various things. Anyways, who wants to go first?
Go on, you can go first. Let's change it up.
Alright, 1 second here. There. So let's we'll get into it with anime here. I want to recommend Gungrave. Not the game, the anime. So this is actually an anime based on a PS2 game, which I did play as well. Which the game was trash, but the anime I liked a lot. It's set up as a revenge story for, you know, these two brothers, you know, go and essentially join the mafia. You know, one of them has, you know, plans to run the mafia, kill the boss, and, you know, run the mafia. Kills the main character. The main character gets revived by essentially a mad scientist who wants to, you know, do all these crazy experiments. The guy basically becomes like fucking Hellsing, essentially. It's something similar to that. He's almost like a vampire type of dude with crazy ass guns and gun skills, and it becomes a really cool, interesting kind of revenge story from then on. I do like that one a lot. It's one of my favorites. Just don't play the game because the game is actually hot trash.
You know, I was recommended Gungrave a while back, a really good while back, and people have told me great things, but I did not know it was a game, so I will avoid it and watch the anime.
Yeah, it was adapted from a PS2 game long ago, but I played the game after just because I loved the anime so much, but then I couldn't get through the game.
Would you have benefited more if you played the game first, back in that era?
No. The anime actually did so much of a better job adapting the story and expanding on it, where the game just was really just about action and stuff and just kind of had the story bit broken up into chunks. And there's even a huge prequel section for the anime. I think it's the first 5 or 6 episodes are all prequel stuff leading up to where the game starts, essentially. And it's done really well to build up the whole revenge plot story, so it's done well in that way. So, and then game wise, I'll mention play Celeste. I mentioned the game earlier. Platformer. You can find it at $20 for like Steam. It'll probably be on sale all the time for anywhere from like $10 to $15. If you like platformers, that's an amazing game. It's clean. It feels amazing. The controls. It's a precision platformer, so it's difficult. There's even ramping difficulty with like side levels and stuff like that for a real challenge. And it's amazing. It's a great game.
And reading?
I guess check out Fire Punch. I haven't read enough of it yet to fully recommend it, but I do like it so far just from the setup and everything. And I'm sure it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be good for the rest of it, so that's all I got.
Well, does anyone else want to start it off, or if not, I will? For recommended?
David, do you have anything you want to recommend?
I don't have anything in particular to recommend. It's like, there's really nothing new. I mean, if you like the Persona series, you can think about getting the Persona 3 or 5 dancing game. That's coming out this month. The movie for the English dub, if you like the UBW anime dub, then you could probably see that. That's something to look up for.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah. There's no. Oh, no, I've really got not much to say.
Alright, Edwin, want to kick us off for the last of it?
Alright, well, since you mentioned anime related to probably one of the greatest action manga / I wouldn't say anime, but manga definitely creator, I definitely recommend Hellsing. It depends on which one. I definitely recommend Hellsing Ultimate.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But if you had to watch something, I'd recommend you'd watch the original Hellsing. Just so you could appreciate Hellsing Ultimate a lot more.
I would just watch Hellsing Ultimate from the get-go. Don't even waste your time on the original.
I like the original. I mean, mind you, it had only 4 or 5 episodes related to the manga.
Right.
And it kind of fell... It had the same problem the original Fullmetal Alchemist did, where, like, it caught up to the manga and had to do its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, kind of had that thing where, like, whichever you saw first is the one that you kind of feel more attached to.
Right.
But watch Hellsing. I definitely watch Hellsing Ultimate. I definitely like Hellsing Ultimate because I read the manga after
amazing.
the original anime. And it's better. It's more adapted. It's beautifully animated.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is. They spent years on each episode.
Yeah. And oh man, it took like what 10 years to get everything.
Yeah, 7 or 8 episodes, and it was in between a year to 2 years for each episode. So
Yeah.
They put a lot of work into them.
They did, and I definitely am glad I got to see it all. And it's voiced really well. I never knew Alucard could sound so great.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that it was voiced by the guy who did Kotomina Kire.
Honestly, the Japanese and the English are both really well voiced.
Yes.
I've heard both, and whichever one you like, you'll get a good experience, yeah.
Now, for game-wise, I guess I should recommend something that I'm surprised you haven't recommended.
Okay.
But I definitely recommend a game that, you know, pretty much for the short while I played, which I'm ashamed I didn't mention it in my gaming segment. But in my playing segment, Sweet Home.
Oh, okay.
I recommend Sweet Home. It gets you in there. It's kind of a gag visual novel, adult visual novel. And if you ever get a chance, I recommend it that you get it on Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And just support it, just because the translation is pretty good. The art is great, and I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen all the characters now. I think actually, most of them, and I didn't know the tsundere was a lolly. That just brings her up.
The tsundere is your aunt.
Lolly aunt. All right.
Well, it's more like legal lolly.
Legal lolly aunt. That's top tier.
You know, I haven't been able to...
I got to get into that.
I just started the game, so like I haven't been able to get to it. But she'd be my first pick. But but the actual pick I got was the kind of intellectual-esque glasses girl, dark hair.
Senpai one? Can't remember if she has glasses or not.
She has glasses, but she's kind of like the intellectual.
Okay, I can't
There's
remember.
the one that's like this Genki girl, and this one that's this kind of like slow-esque, like... Well, I guess she has glasses too, I guess. But I mean,
anyway.
It's kind of long hair. She has orangish hair. The other one has like dark brown hair, and the other one is black-haired short.
Mm-hmm.
Black-haired short was the one I went for, and that was basically my 20 minutes of fucking playthrough right there. And I'm just like, yeah, I recommend it.
All right,
it's great.
Maybe how about next time we'll both play it. We'll share our experiences.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant actually do a like let's play. Oh yeah, like hell, fuck yeah. Maybe fucking Pornhub will allow that.
That'd be fun too.
Yeah.
But we'll see how far we get in it in the next 2 weeks and share some experiences.
And for reading, that's kind of a tricky one. But I guess I should probably go back to my roots. And I already mentioned Chobits. I already mentioned a few other... You know what? For fuck's sakes, I'll recommend Negima.
Okay.
No, not Negima. No, should I do Negima or Love Hina?
Love Hina? Is that what you said?
I gotta think hard on this one because I like Negima better than Love Hina.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like too much like a guy getting abused by women.
Yeah. You could argue the same thing, except he's a little boy, so they gotta keep him alive. Alright. Yeah, you know what, Negima, I like the idea that this young kid is probably like 10 years old, I believe, maybe 11, goes to a fucking Japanese, all-girls muggle school so he can fucking be an English teacher, and he's a magician. It's his magic assignment to be an English teacher.
Dang.
And he goes through these all nonsensical, like, generic, like, I wouldn't say generic. He goes through all these nonsensical adventures with these girls and all that shit. And it gets entertaining, but the art style definitely evolves, like, in each volume. And I had a majority of the collection for it, and it's a shame that I give it up. It's like one of my biggest regrets. Not finishing it and giving up my pretty sizable collection of it. I had about 20 volumes of it.
I'll say the only Love Hina experience I had was playing a Newgrounds Love Hina, one of the dating sex games.
Oh, fuck you.
Back in like 2002.
I know what you're talking about.
So check it out because of that. I think it's good.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember seeing their tits, back in the old times before you could even readily get hentai on the internet easily.
Yeah.
And that's what you had to do. You had to go to Newgrounds and play porn games.
Alright.
To see Love Hina tits.
Or go through those dark corners that risk getting,
Yep.
computer viruses.
And that's when, it's on your parents' computers so you don't fuck around with it. So.
That didn't stop me.
It's true. Didn't stop me either.
Alright. Definitely I recommend that. If not, Love Hina is a good second, I guess.
All
Same
right.
guy. But I guess we should get into our last two topics.
The very last bit here, yeah.
So, we got tags, and then rants, right?
Yep.
Okay, so tags. You have anything to recommend for a tag? Because I already got the most obvious one.
And that is?
Yeah, go ahead and go for it, and you'll set up for mine.
MILFs. I technically cheated.
Yeah.
But it was really good because MILFs.
Of course, we talked about MILFs a little bit, so...
I mentioned Somejima as one of the MILF artists that I really enjoy. And he's not a really bad one, but there's a few others that definitely go into it. Another artist that does MILFs is... God dang, if I can find it right now. But I know... Sanagi does some, and I know Bucha.
Buchan?
Buchu or Bucha?
Okay,
Bucha.
there's a few. There's Bucha. There's Buchan.
The one that does the Hooters series.
Bucha.
Bucha does some really great, aesthetically pleasing MILF stories. I mean, by aesthetically pleasing, his art style is really great.
It is.
And he has a few MILF stories there. But Somejima is my favorite so far for MILFs because it was technically the first MILF story I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed. And then there's Sanagi Torashiro. And
okay.
I guess mostly they do cuck stuff.
Too much, yeah. I was about to say NTR shit right there.
NTR shit, yeah.
The art's really good, but...
They do cuck stuff a lot.
It's pretty hardcore cuck stuff.
It's what sells, and that's what I hate about it, because there's no vanilla one.
Oh, yeah.
And as for vanilla, I would have probably found a Gundam Build Fighters one for Yori Rinko. Unfortunately, some of them aren't that great, and yeah, I don't want to go into that.
Fair enough, yeah.
But yeah, I definitely recommend the tag MILF. And if you don't know what MILF is, it's mothers I'd like to fuck. So basically, it just equates to someone who is a mom-esque character or has children. Alright, so who's next on this chopping block?
Well, I guess I can go. I think a tag that I would recommend is, well, it's not really a common tag, but it's like a...
Ooh, even better.
It's a multi-work series or / story arc. Basically, it's when an artist makes like a hentai or something and just like makes it continue another like chapter / like book about it, and like keeps his work ongoing. So it's like a story, but it's like with plot progression with double meanings on plot.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because it's very nice to see a very good particular artist continuing in one particular work and making it ongoing. If like, for example, if you're familiar with Zettai Shoujo,
you recognize it.
Like, that's a good example right there. What?
You mean Raita?
Yeah, Raita, but I'm talking about Zettai Shoujo, not the artist. I'm talking about the name of the series.
I mean, okay, well, technically he falls in along the tags, but I mean, you could say Magical Girls for that, right? Technically, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Well, we don't have to badge it, but if
no, I'm saying is like of how he made a story arc / multi-arc progression. Or like how Fu made his versions.
Okay. Alright. I think I get it.
And then I'll bring in my tag here. So this can often happen with MILFs. So this is a more exotic take on the paiserie, and it's clothed paiserie. So I like this one a lot. So the actual definition: the act of paiserie being performed while clothing covers a significant portion of the breasts, must cover nipples and areola completely. So this is where you've got a girl with a sweater, or a tank top, or open, maybe even a bikini, and they don't take it off. It just still slips in between the under and over of the tits, and instead of the girl having to hold the tits together, the clothes do, nice and complete like that. It provides another experience on the tit fucking experience,
and it makes it even better when you don't get it on your face.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and by on the face, oh come on guys. Sometimes you want to get a facial, but sometimes it's all about that, just under the carriage, under the neck. And
I think this one's it's usually well done. Sometimes good stuff with MILFs, but if you like tit jobs, look for some clothes paiserie to kind of broaden your horizons there to get that extra.
You don't have to be naked to get off.
Exactly.
All right, now. Do we bring it in again, or
do you have any? One? So does anybody have any rants they want to mention before we bring it in and close it off?
Someone besides me?
I have nothing here.
I have 2.
Okay. David, do you have any before Edwin goes off?
No, I can't.
Nothing rant about? Alright, go for it, Edwin.
Alright, so I'm disappointed with Destiny 2. I've said it plenty of times that it's really poor that they kind of already lost player trust. You can't be a game company without having players, without having an audience to sell to. And they're basically hurting themselves by making a poor product. But, they say they're going to change and all this stuff, and I've seen some progress on them. I really have. But, if they're going to charge me $20 on a DLC, hypothetically, $20.
Sure.
If you're going to sell me on that, I better get that much worth. I better get... You better make me the fucking king to make me love that DLC. And the problem with Destiny is that it's a power fantasy. And, it tries to make you feel good. But sometimes I notice and think that, they kind of dick ride me too hard. How about you just, give me a little challenge. Smack me down every now and then, doesn't feel authentic enough.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's my gripe with Destiny. And Bungie, technically.
Yeah.
Next one. I hate to say this. You guys know who Childish Gambino is?
Yeah, I mean, I know. I've seen this. I haven't even listened to the song, but I've seen various tidbits of it.
The memes.
Spammed everywhere on the internet in the past
the memes
few days.
Stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't know, this is the guy from, no, not Parks and Rec, but the Community. It's one of the actors there. I don't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but I do know he's gonna play Han Solo in Solo, the Star Wars story.
Oh yeah.
As Lando Calrissian. Donald Glover. I hate Donald Glover. Thank you very much for clarifying that. So, Donald Glover made a music video called This Is America under the name of Childish Gambino, I think. Maybe that's his album, I don't know. But, it's disgusting. I've seen some terrible music videos, by terrible, there's some that are funny, Ludacris. There's some that's funny,
I love Ludacris just because he was an original memer.
He was an original memer. I mean, and then there are some that are just they try to be serious, but sometimes it's funny. And I can't even remember off the top of my head some of them.
It's just someone who's trying to do this big culture shock or something like that, right?
And basically, he's doing that. He's basically, the way I see it, he's writing off the recent tragedies that's happened in the States with gun laws, gun reformation, all this shit. He's trying to say that this is America. You know, and that's my problem, because that's not. The way I see it, it really isn't. It's just, no, like, it's just all bad. Like, and plus, he's a really skinny motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, he looks bare, but he to me, if he did that music video on a full stomach, he'd look like an African child. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in a mean way. Like, he's that skinny.
Yeah.
Like, and he's trying to look tough. Like, what's he trying to be like in this music video? I didn't like it. I've seen memes for it. I love the memes more than I do like the actual music
I've
video.
only seen memes. I've seen mostly bad ones. But
hate the music video.
I'll never watch it because it looks like trash.
I recommend it. Don't watch. I don't recommend you watch it. Like, what is he trying to get at? Like, there doesn't seem to be a point to it, and people. The reason my main gripe with it is people are saying don't meme it. And, of course, you know the internet. Sean, right?
Yeah.
You tell people not to do something, they'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think people just eat it up and then try to make their own interpretations of things like that, of these, serious subjects and everything, and try to make it into something it shouldn't be.
If anything, I think he's trying to profit off of this stuff, and people saying that this is a cultural thing ever, the most cultural thing ever, is just fucking convincing them.
Oh yeah, he's definitely made some money off it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I don't like it. Plus, this guy is playing Han Solo.
Doesn't even make sense, really.
How is this guy Han Solo? Like, you're better off with a fucking Jackson 5 impersonator.
I mean, the Star Wars franchise nowadays has just gone to shit. I don't even think what's his name, who's played Luke since
Mark
the beginning.
Hamill?
Yeah,
he hates it.
He hates it.
What it's become.
He even hates all the movies. I don't even think he was. I think I heard that he didn't show up to the newest premiere of the movie or something like that. Like, he literally just didn't show up because...
I don't even know the fucking episode 8.
I think he didn't even show up because he was like, fuck it, I literally don't even care. Like, he just hates the whole thing, and that shows a lot just because your main, star from, that major series hates your series now. The
main flaw is, like, the reason I believe that I don't like this new Star Wars franchise is because they're trying to... I expected a Star Wars movie to have the characters I know and love more or less there, represented, more or less to continue the story. Yes, they could pass on the torch, but, like, they could be a parental role. They could be like, yeah, I've done this stuff, like, you should do this way, and even if they don't follow the advice, they're still there. No, like, the way...
Kind of reminds
Harrison Ford died, and the first one was stupid. Like, just, like, really bad. Not to cut you off, I have to continue this tirade. And the way they represented Princess Leia, where she can't die. You can't kill off Princess Leia, apparently, because the actress died. So what are you gonna do? Have her fucking, like, force grip herself back to a ship in dead space. Alright, and then kill off Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. So, you're getting rid of the characters that people have already grown attached to, and giving us new characters, and not in a natural way. I don't like it. And you're trying to fucking sell me on a prequel with this guy who doesn't really look like a Han Solo-esque character, and this guy who's trying to fucking play Han Solo, who comes out with this disgusting music video.
Right.
I'm not happy with it, and
it's just it doesn't represent the real Star Wars fans and everything. They're trying to hit this new audience that isn't even an audience that gives a fuck about things like Star Wars.
I don't know about that, but like
I don't
the
know
way
exactly
I feel about it is this is their decision. If they really cared about it, then they would have definitely not do the things they were doing, but. Technically, it's a lot of things that are going on in the Star Wars universe. There's the different directors for each movie, technically, and inconsistent story writers. There's a lot, but contributing, yes, it's all this.
Right.
I'm sorry, David.
No, it's say? Since you were talking about parental role or like mentor, it just reminded me like what they did with Cars 3, where they did something completely different with the conclusion of Lightning McQueen.
I haven't seen Cars 3, but Do fill me in right now.
It's basically that people were under an assumption that it would be two roles, that he would succeed or be a pirate of victory, or he would die, which is
a Cars movie with the character dying.
He did get a crash.
Well, okay, I mean,
it's like, or just like lose it all.
Okay.
You know how, like, in most hero movies, it's like they continue on to the next movie, or they tragically die.
Mm-hmm.
You never see the hero kind of retire or become a mentor. That's what you were kind of suggesting.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, that it kind of reminded me of that.
Well, to be...
It's like taking a third option, instead of, like, the usual options we tend to see in movies.
Mm-hmm.
They either win and live for the next movie, or they die.
Yeah, like...
It's like, you never really see them retire in peace.
No, yeah. I kind of agree with that sentiment, but...
So, like, if they had...
I mean, a lot of times it's just because, like, especially with these kind of movies, because they're getting older and they want to represent them in a different way. Like, if you watch the newest Blade Runner movie, and how they put Harrison Ford in it just barely at the end as this, angry old man type of, person instead of... different than how he was in the original Blade Runner.
You mean like calm and collected?
Yeah, exactly. And he was, paranoid, attacked the dude that came and, tried to get questions from him or ask him stuff and all this.
Well, technically he was a part of this organization and now he isn't, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it makes sense.
It does make sense, but
natural.
It's just...
It does, but when you think about it, but right at the very moment, like, people don't. They kind of, like, see him... act like a 180 from how they saw him at the beginning of the movies.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And it's only until when they stop to realize that, oh, he's no longer a part of this, and he knows so much that his paranoia is kind of actually justified.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Now, going back onto this... Donald Glover, right? Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, yeah.
I don't like where Donald Glover is taking his artistic opinion at. And his artistic point is totally disgusting. And, if the Force, not the Force Awakens, what was the newest one at least? Episode 8.
I don't know. I haven't watched any of them. Right. I could care less too.
If Episode 8 didn't fucking turn me off, this would have had it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan on watching Solo. I'm not even going to let my brother convince me to watch it with him. Like, I refuse to touch it like the plague. And it's a lot of things. Not Donald Glover specifically, but Donald Glover has contributed the majority of it. Because I like Lando Calrissian. Kill off Harrison Ford, fine, that's fine. But Lando, like, I liked his character. Like, even he felt bad in the original movies, like, betraying Han Solo and all this stuff. And so he made it up by Episode 6, where he joins in the last rebellion for the Death Star, where the Emperor is. And he does his best. He's trying to redeem himself, too. And I like that. Like, plus, man, that guy was as smooth as a Jackson 5 character. Like, I liked it. But I don't like this direction that Disney's taking Star Wars in.
Right.
And that's my final thoughts on it. I absolutely hate this franchise.
Same. The prequels are better than the originals.
I hate to say it. I'd rather watch Episode 1 3 times.
Honestly, me too.
I loved Episode 1 3. Man, like, I know the flaws with it, but I loved it.
Exactly. And that's what you want to have in a movie. You want it to be entertaining. You just want to get something out of it, And I think a lot of Star Wars fans aren't getting what they want out of the new stuff. The sequels, whatever you call them.
They kind of seem to forget all the values and things that everyone loved about the Star Wars series in general.
Well, it didn't help them on their case either when they fucking retconned a majority of the already pre-established Star Wars lore that happened. And
that kind of tends to, cause problems and turns people off in the long run.
Which I was among them, but I gave the Force Awakens... I don't even know if it was called The Force Awakens. I think it was Episode 7. Force Awakens. The benefit of the doubt. And I was disappointed. And the Episode 8... I didn't even want to watch it, but my brother talked me into it. He's like, yo man, I'm only here for like a few weeks. like before I go back to the base in Hawaii. Watch this movie with me. I'm like, alright, man. And it was Christmas weekend. I was so fucking mad.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm done. And
alright, well,
I don't like Childish Gambino. I don't like This Is America. I don't even like Donald Glover. Not even in the Community.
Gotcha. Well,
This was such a huge rant.
We can rant about it for hours, but I think let's wrap it up now. So,
I've got this beer in my hand, and I plan on finishing it right now before we end it.
Alright, smash that, and we'll all sign us out. So, thank you for everyone for listening, joining us for this this nice, juicy podcast.
Yeah,
featuring MILFs.
Featuring MILFs. The best thing was the MILFs, and I guess the second best thing would probably be the MILFs. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Follow our Twitter. We got a Twitter now. We post a bunch of lewds.
What's the how can we find you on Twitter?
Well,
I believe it's at Vega Dirty. Is that right?
At Vega Dirty. I don't think that's it. Alright, so you're gonna have to teach me the rundown right now because I believe our Twitter is called Vega the Dirty Casual.
Yeah, and so you can find us at Vega Dirty if you just search
at Vega Dirty.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. At Vega Dirty.
So check us out. There's lots of me and Edwin are retweeting lewds all day long.
A bunch of Japanese adult actresses.
And then we'll mention on there
artists,
when the next podcasts are. They're generally every 2 weeks, but if there's any delays, we'll mention
reviews. Maybe I'll put updates on Let's Plays. Mostly lewds, and anything that I feel is artistically beautiful, which is everything, with titties.
If you like titties, follow it. But anyways,
yeah.
Again, thanks for listening, everyone, and that's us signing out, I think.
Yeah, well, you guys have a good night, and stay safe.
Alright, take care.
Bye.